There it is.
And there's me already messing my mic up. 1 second. My setup is not conventional. I will do my intro as soon as this is good. I feel like I'm loosening it. I don't know why it even loosens sometimes. It'll sometimes just fall. Straight up just fall. Alright. Hello.
Do you mind if I turn on the light?
I would recommend you do turn on a light.
You kind of had a weird vibe.
I just have to sit this close because of my microphone. My headset mic doesn't work, so this mic's cord is only so long. I haven't done much Assassin's Creed lately, and I'm ashamed of myself. So I have to make up for it. So that's what I'm doing. Well, if it loads. Oh yeah, how much? How much?
All of this other things is just for me.
Oh, okay.
Except I did buy these for Jacob because he did mention he likes cinnamon raisin bagels.
He does?
If I serves correctly, he does.
The more you know.
All the greens.
What is this? Why is he doing this? He's like frozen.
Why do you look more like The Witcher?
Valhalla's a weird one. I don't know. I'm trying to look it down. That's as low as it gets? Really? Wow. What if I changed? Is that better? I don't even know, but I don't think so. Is that?
I should have been honest about my presence activating the artifact. I'm sorry. And I know me being here makes reaching the artifact harder.
How about this?
Harder?
What's this do?
No one would be trying to kill me if you weren't here right now.
I know.
That might be. No, that's not good.
Trust me. You will need my help once we reach the artifact.
That's true, you will.
These people are nothing.
I don't know. Is
compared
this
to its
better?
power.
Is this better? Yeah, maybe.
I'm not getting rid of you, am I?
Don't worry. I'll grow on you.
Oops, spoiler alert. I hope you weren't
seen
planning on playing
mechanisms
this
like
game.
before. I'll get the light working. You direct the beams to those plates near the door.
This microphone is so sensitive. I can see why people use it. I mean, jeez. And I have the sensitivity all the way down. All the way down. I have the sensitivity. Hello, Jamie. Hello? Ah, I'm stuck on this stupid ass puzzle. Oops, I swore. I like Assassin's Creed, but I hate the fucking puzzles. Okay, I know a lot of people like the puzzles, but let me get this stupid boulder out of the way. I doubt it's playing a role, but Jamie, are you there?
You know it's really sad when the only person that comes on is when you have no one come on, you have to let them know you have a party going on.
What are you trying to say?
I fudged it up. Also, I took a little puff, but no, well, I took a little Eddie, but no, No, what I'm saying is, you know, it's really sad, Caleb, when you have to let people know you're on your PS4 party. Almost said PS5, but you can't afford that either. Uh,
So where's that job, huh?
I'm waiting for the next few days for just to get some training in that.
Okay. Hope it worked out for
But
you.
yeah. But no, jokes aside, how's it going, man?
Well, not good in supremacy. I tell you that.
Why is it not good in supremacy?
Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but there's no way Michigan can win that, even with all of our help. They're sending so much in that the one guy sent like 4 tanks in. I can't even produce 4 tanks.
I didn't see that. I haven't been on recently. I've been just collecting ads and forgetting about it. I've been just enslaving villagers in Minecraft.
Hold on, I gotta look up how to beat this. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to figure out a puzzle. I'm playing Assassin's Creed Valhalla because I was like, I haven't been giving much love to Assassin's Creed lately. Also, does my microphone sound better or worse than it usually does?
Sounds a lot better.
Okay, I've been messing around with the settings. I'm looking this up, I don't care. I beat GTA 3, finally. I never beat that game
awesome.
before. I beat it like over 20 years after it came out, but well, I beat it.
Well, how many GTAs do you have left to beat?
Well, I want to re-beat Vice City and San Andreas, the definitive version, but I beat Vice City, San Andreas, now 3 and 5. That's it. I played all of them, but I haven't beaten all of them. I tried beating Vice City Stories on the PS Vita, but it was so fucking frustrating. This mission just pissed me off to the point where I was like crying. Although I did that a lot back then. But no,
I don't see any tanks whatsoever.
Hold on, let me go on and check. Well, let me focus on this mission first. But no, look in the distance. Montreal is also sending people.
Where's Montreal?
Northeast of Michigan. He's being invaded.
Yeah. No, there's no tanks from either side.
Oh, there's not?
I knew that, yeah.
Well, armored cars maybe it is. That's what I meant. But there's a lot of them.
Well, I sent over what I could do, so he's kind of fucked for right now.
Oh, we might lose an ally. Although we can't afford that because if we lose him, they're coming for us. They're not going to just stop at him.
Well, that's why you gotta send something, because I haven't seen you send anything.
I did. I sent the 17 at cavalry.
Okay, send another one. Actually, no, send a few ones. Dude, at least send a few ones.
I can send a few ones, yeah.
But yeah, I got nothing, man. I'm just building myself up, because I'm really not trusting whoever borders Jacob. Kansas? Not Kansas. Everything's Kansas to me.
Tennessee. I know. You seem to think everything. Tennessee,
yeah. I'm just building up for him and Ohio and West Virginia because they all have troops that are not so much Ohio anymore, but they've all kept a steady pace of having high troops right there. But what I'm doing in Minecraft is I'm taking zombie villagers, curing them, and just dragging them up to my village I'm creating. It's basically the good form of what Bill Cosby did. I just built this gigantic bridge and now those fucking creepers coming after me. God damn you.
I'm so lost on this puzzle. I don't know how they're doing it.
Oh wait, yeah, aren't you streaming right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
I do it when I'm bored.
Oh, well good for you, man. Are you in the negatives yet?
Not yet, no. Actually, I've gotten a couple dollars from streaming. It's so nothing. It's so little to nothing.
Really?
Yeah, you can get... Literally, all you do is
get money.
Just throw an ad before your video.
Oh.
By the way, when I say nothing, I mean... It's nothing to live off of. But hey, my thought is, if I just do it and don't think about it, that's a couple dollars. Although half the fucking time I just kind of ruined it. Sometimes they're stingy on swearing, but sometimes they're not. It's more, I don't know. More importantly, I get copyrighted because there's like some in-game soundtrack that plays, and then they're like, oh no, we want that now.
Yeah, that makes no sense. Yeah, someone's gonna take a 5-second clip and make an entire song, listen to this entire song out of it. Dude, you can watch it for free on fucking YouTube. Just about any song.
Yeah, exactly. I don't understand that, but
Carry on my wayward son.
I don't think you singing will do anything. And honestly, I really don't care.
I know.
So he backs that one in, and then he touches that. What? He touches it with. It doesn't ever touch though. Yes, it does touch. Kind of. It does. It does. Okay. I don't know. I must be incompetent.
You mean uncompetent?
Is that a thing? There we go. Yes, I love Assassin's Creed. I think I've beaten more Assassin's Creed than I have GTA, but I will still always have GTA over Assassin's Creed. The newer titles.
Well, how many? Well, hold on. How many though? Like GTA? I asked you that. You didn't answer.
Yes, I did. I said I beat 3, Vice City, San Andreas, and 5. That's it. I only beat those 4.
Really? You didn't? I thought you beat every game. Huh.
No, I tried.
What about GTA 1 though?
Oh, I'm not playing those.
You know, I would play that if I.
Play what?
On the PS3.
GTA 1?
One down.
GTA 2 actually. GTA 2.
Wait, GTA 2 is on the PS3?
No, it was on the PS2, but I got it for the PS3.
Oh. That's cool. The one you sold. The PS3 you sold. Okay, I already shot that down. I just like the stealth aspect of Assassin's Creed. And plus, when it comes to mobility, I feel like there's so much more you can do than GTA. I feel like with GTA, your character on foot kind of is garbage, for lack of a better word. Just watching what this guy's doing. But then again, you can't... I don't know. Like, I like to strategize. I like to make coordinated attacks on, like, bases and forts and stuff. But GTA kind of doesn't make that possible in the slightest.
Kinda slightest. You're getting... Your words are not that good, Caleb. Elaborate.
GTA, you can't really, like... Okay, I take Watch Dogs, for example. Oh, listen, besides Legion. But, like, I don't mean to hate too much on the game. It's not the worst game in the world, but... No, the thing is GTA, or Watch Dogs, I mean, there's camps you could invade or whatever. But, like, I would always, like, go stealthy, and I would, like, use the hacking abilities to, like, kill them one by one so they don't, like, notice. But in GTA, there's missions that have you do that, but it's almost impossible. Because for some reason, even if nobody's around, it'll start alert everybody sometimes. And it makes it impossible. Like, GTA wants you to go guns blazing. It doesn't really incentivize strategy. And the old GTA games were even worse with that. Now, you can still act strategic, but, like, it doesn't incentivize it.
Finally.
I would agree, even in the story mode. That's just my comment.
So strange.
Yeah.
From my land.
What are they doing
Which
here?
is why I was so
It's an
disappointed.
illusion caused by the artifact.
That's so...
And you
Right
being
now,
near it.
I'm playing Cassandra's in the game in Valhalla right now.
That mask.
And it's so
Yeah.
weird. Because she's already probably like 400 years old at this point.
Even knowing their illusions.
That's pretty cool. Is she any older or just the same age?
She looks the same
Like
because she has
physically.
the staff. She looks exactly the
Don't
same.
have a home.
Hmm.
Not anymore.
Okay.
But like throughout the game, the main character of Valhalla constantly distrusts her. But like the player knows like that she's obviously meant to be trusted. But Eivor constantly questions her abilities and all that, which is frustrating because like they even fight each other and you automatically lose to her. There's no way to beat her. She is the strongest Assassin's Creed character.
Okay.
She's holding up.
I don't know. Would you ever date her if she was real?
No, she's a few thousand years old. She could technically be my great. If she was born in like 400, she was born in like 400 something BC. So how many generations behind does that put her?
Especially with how generations happen so quickly. 20, 15 to 20.
More than that even, because this is over.
I mean, you
1,000
are
years.
part Greek, Caleb. So
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Caleb. You should do it, man.
She's dead now. She died in 2018.
Better tell them from dying. I don't know what to tell you.
Oh, yeah. It's weird because, like, at the end of the game, she's wearing normal clothes. Like, a business suit.
That's crazy.
Oh, no. I spent so long I forgot the plot. I think they found, like, something. Wow, this is intense.
I was thinking earlier, there was a meme going around in this, over Assassin's Creed, and that the next game is going to be like done in Greece or something like that, and they were thinking,
Greece again?
You're going to meet Jesus Christ, which I thought it was a good idea. What if we just made Jesus Christ like, what's it called? Who goes against the knight? Yeah, the assassin, of course. He's an assassin, and all the Romans are the Knights Templars. And the demons he purges out aren't actually demons. They're just some of the aliens trying to take control of the humans.
Ew.
Like as a last resort effort kind of thing. Like they download their consciousness to them, and Jesus like pours holy water on them. Like they have a fucking computer chip. Take this quote unquote holy water, and it like gets on their computer chip, and it kills the demon, and the guy is free. I'm blind because of this computer chip. Well, I heal the blind. Come here. Holy water or some shit like that. I don't know. It'd be like interesting, like Jesus, but as an assassin.
I don't know what goes on in your mind.
I've thought about that earlier. I mean, Jesus isn't an assassin, but I don't know. He does purge demons.
But okay.
It's true. He did. Well, according to one of the stories in the Bible. I'm not sure if it's in Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, but I know it's in one of them.
And since in the end you...
Or, like, let's say... okay, this is messed up. What if... you're
no.
gonna... this is fucked up. What if Martin Luther King Jr. was an assassin?
Okay, first of all, I don't think Assassin's Creed would ever go to that time period, first of all. But
Well, no, you see, I think that would be cool, though, because, like, in his past or something, like,
Your head tomorrow morning if we have
I
a
don't know,
great
never
time.
mind, it's a stupid idea.
Meet you at the Longhouse in Kiltaragh.
Okay.
Go on. What?
It just would, the time period won't work. Also, there's no evidence that he would have been an assassin. Although, I don't know why they would go back to Greece. There's a new one that came out this year. It's coming out, Mirage, I think. Is that what it's called? I don't know what it's called. But, like, they went back to old roots, and I'm not very happy with that. If they keep the same gameplay, I don't care. But, like, it's supposed to be just set in, like, one city, which I'm not opposed to if they put so much detail into it. But, like, they better put a lot of detail into it if they're going to just go to one city. But the gameplay goes back to the old style, I'm going to stop playing. Because as much as I like playing the old games, I think they're going in the right direction. Or maybe I'll still play it. But, like, why would they go back to a primitive time that people revolted against?
Could do caveman times, like, yeah, I know the story and stuff with,
Oh, that'd be cool.
with the Isu. Like, we couldn't technically go back to caveman times, but think about it. It's just like you have to be like a bumbling caveman going around and hitting people over the head with rocks.
Actually, no, I would be curious to go back, like, see how far they could go back. I don't know how far they would go back.
Or maybe you're in a, could be an amoeba, just smashing people over the head with fucking amoeba rock. I don't know. Amoeba rocks aren't a thing, but still. What about during the time of where we do like Abraham Lincoln? Like Abraham Lincoln is
that could be cool.
assassin.
Civil War. Well, I don't think he would play as Lincoln, but a Civil War.
That would be crazy. Just like imagine running around really quickly as him.
And then it ends in the movie theater.
Well, the top hat would like have like a fucking like knife in it or something. Like a giant ass knife.
I think a Civil War era Assassin's Creed would be perfect, but I also think that if they're gonna do it, they have to go like full realistic on it. Like, I don't want them to pull back because there's some like cultural pushback they're gonna get. Like, I'm one of those people that I'm like, history, you can't the Republicans say, who you can just whitewash history. No, I think history should be taught in its purest form. So if Assassin's Creed is going to go back to the Civil War, then you need to show what the shit actually was. Don't like.
Yeah, oh yeah, I 100% agree. I mean, I've even also seen this on the left, like, with someone who covers a lot of Roman topics, like he's like an Italian. He loves a lot of that stuff. I'm pretty sure he's a teacher, if not some sort of, I'm pretty sure he's a teacher, like a history teacher. But, what he loves about, what he has dealt with is, like, in the BBC, what they try and do is make it inclusive, so it's like, oh, there would have been a black African commander in the army, and he actually goes through it and says most likely why there wouldn't be. I think there was like one or two, in the video he describes one or two, what's it called? Someone at the rank of like, kind of like a modern day senator or something like that, but a little higher than that. Basically two of them that were African American, but besides that, it wouldn't have been likely that you would have seen black. Not unlikely, but not likely either, like in the army or anything like that. I mean, Rome and stuff like that were, and more to talk about the city of like itself and like Italy. They were more, yes, they were all like culturally diverse, but that again really depends on the time. First of all, it mainly depends on the time.
People forget how long the Roman Empire lasted. It wasn't just like a quick. I think they lasted longer than the U.S. has lasted so far.
What, 500 years?
Yeah, they lasted a while. So people just kind of like, they've had like, they went through leadership like nothing. Okay, I gotta get like an explosive. But yeah, I think different time periods were different. So yeah, it depends on the time. I don't know how progressive Rome was, but...
Oh, it had, interestingly, I don't really know much about Rome than a normal person.
Me neither.
A few things I do know. Yeah, they were like not that unprogressive. I mean, they have progressive points and dictatorship points as well.
Yeah.
Like, for example, there was this one mathematician, I think also a philosopher, but like this famous like mathematician. Basically, we don't know what happened to him. I don't remember his name. I think everyone knows his name, but that talks about this topic. But what happened was he became an old man and stuff, yada yada yada. Famous. He was on the beach one day, just making marks in the sand, and one of the Roman soldiers asked if he was okay, and he was like, and well, one thing turned to another, and the Roman soldier just straight up killed him, because like he kind of got into a little tussle, like straight up just wiped him out. So
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. But there's a lot of interesting proponents to Rome. I mean, the way they like crucified people, like that wasn't actually I mean, crucifixion happened, but from what I understand, it wasn't that common of a thing. But if I'm wrong on that, I'm wrong. I'm a little off right now.
I remember the story. I remember some of the early Roman stuff, like obviously like Julius Caesar and all that. But I also remember a story. Now I could be getting this completely wrong. There was an emperor like Nero, but he was really unpopular.
Emperor Nero.
And he like apparently like he like warned the public that Christianity was like a. No, I don't say warned like it was accurate, but like he basically like tried casting out anybody who claimed no, not Christian. I don't think Christianity was. I don't think that was known then. I don't know, whatever the early form of it was.
Well, Christianity came around. Well, first of all, we're talking about Christianity. We have to talk about Christ first. The way where we mark 0, A.D.
It's because of Jesus, yeah.
But yeah, but that's not exactly where he was born.
I thought he died at 0.
Born. What?
I always thought he died at 0.
No.
I thought it was after death, or like before Christ, after death.
No, that's Amino Domino, or not Domino, but Amino Demino or something like that. Those pizza, yeah.
Wow, marketing gotten crazy.
Yeah. No. I believe. Actually, no. I do think. Okay, yeah. He was like born like 5 to 6 years, I think, after that. I haven't touched on the subject in a while, but he died like 60. 50 to 60 years later. I'm not sure when. Either way, that's not important. It's around that time though. Like 40, like 40 wait, yeah, CE and 60 CE, I believe they put them more closer towards 40. But no, when talking about Christianity, no, yeah, for it to have become a thing, like at least when I was rewatching a video by Bart D. Ehrman about how we have our New Testament copies, because and how our like earliest copies, like 200 years later after the events of Jesus or something like that. And by the way, all the New Testament copies that we have are literally just copies of copies of copies of copies. Because back in the world during that time, if you wanted a copy of that book, guess what? You sat down and wrote it, or you had someone else do it. No printing press. I mean, I remember in class they would hammer down, oh, the printing press was invented this date, this date, this date. I was like, who the fuck gives a shit? But realizing it now, I'm like, damn, wow. Well, I'm not realizing it now, but realizing a little bit ago, not like this year, but like printing press is important.
Oh, significantly. But I think I was gonna say not really too related to your thing, but like one thing I like about Assassin's Creed, especially with apart from 3, I guess, is that like there's so much history that there is, like so much Roman history is just not talked about, but so much happened. Or the medieval time period, so much happened, but yet in history it's like glossed over. But yet the Revolutionary War we learned about 6 times. Literally, we learned about the Revolutionary War, at least for our school, 5th grade. We learned about it again in like 11th grade. We learned about it, I think, a 3rd time in like 7th grade. I mean, like, there's other things in history. I actually at first
not order though, right?
What's that?
Not order though.
Well, no. But like, at first I was biased towards American history because when I was a little kid, like really little, I'm talking about like little. I don't mean just a kid. I mean like probably either preschool, I literally thought the history started when I thought for some reason that George Washington was like the beginning of history. Like I didn't think history went before that. Because, listen, they call me stupid, whatever, but like, I thought maybe I thought it went like cavemen and then like George Washington or something. I don't know what I thought. But like...
Oh yeah, that's genius, Caleb.
But I was always biased towards American history up until like 9th grade. Then I was like, oh my god, this world history is interesting. But like, it doesn't show it. That's the problem. It doesn't like show it. But like,
I would love to learn more about history.
I want to learn like history that isn't like centered around America or Europe too. I can't sit there and say that.
Well, let's be fair. The Romans were a little bit more than just a little bit influential.
No, I don't mean the Romans. I think we should learn more about the Romans.
I just find it interesting. I mean, we can just get off topic. I just find it interesting.
Or the ancient
I would love to learn as a kid more about the world and stuff like that.
Come over here.
Yeah, I mean, out of all the world history, I feel like they hammered down the mummies the most.
Oh my god.
Out of the Romans and other stuff, because that, my god, yes, I know the mummies didn't know what the fucking brain did. Okay, can you shut up?
Well, that's kind of a no-duh, yeah.
But well, no, it's not no duh. It's just for me, I just heard it so many times.
Well, I know,
like,
I don't mean no duh like that. I mean like they hammered that down, but like there's so much more. Also, they don't give a good perspective on time too. Like Cleopatra was closer to the modern times than she was to the pyramids. But like,
well, I didn't know this, but did you know she was Greek?
I think she was. I thought she was. Or I thought Alexander the Great took over around that time from like, or no, he took over before that.
He did.
He took over long before. Actually, I think he took over before. No, was it Julius Caesar? I think it was. Because I think I don't remember. Yes. Perfect. But no, I don't know. I'm interested in older history. I mean, I don't want to go too far back. Because, like, it's not very... The farther back you go, the less accurate I think it is. Oh, really? They did this shit? Oh, there's a hole. Oh, I missed. There we go.
Hey, wait! Keep away from me!
Perfect. But do you know what I'm saying? Like, also, remember when
Yeah, I remember what you
remember when we
said,
learned
yeah.
about Gandhi?
Remember when...
We had to watch that movie.
Yeah, I thought that was really entertaining. I
That
wish I
was
had a copy of it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Go lets me strike.
Also, that movie we watched about what's it called? The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. That's a tearjerker.
Never seen it. But I
You've
do know
seen
what it's
it.
about, so don't remember.
You've
Wait,
seen
no,
it,
not
'cause
Striped Pajama. What was Striped Pajama about? Never mind, I was thinking of Drummer Boy. Oh.
That was the one. That was the one with the he lived in that house, but it was like really close to a camp, and he befriended a Jewish kid. I think he was Jewish.
Never
right?
seen it.
Yeah.
Never shown it in class.
I'm really surprised because we had that substitute teacher because the regular teacher was pregnant. But by the way, the substitute teacher was 100 times better. Like she actually sounded excited about what she did.
Oh wait, hold on. What grade was this in? 3rd?
No, 10th. They would not show that movie in 3rd grade. That is not something you show a 3rd grader.
Okay. No, I don't even know what I had for 10th. Who did I have for 10th?
I don't know. We definitely didn't have the same teacher. Because Connor was in my class.
10th grade.
I think you had Perry. Probably.
Perry. Who's Perry?
Miss Perry, I think. I think you did. I could be wrong, but did I collect everything here?
No, I had her. I remember who you're talking about.
Let me stop here. I'm collecting all the gold on the way to my destination. Yeah, no, I think we watched that movie, we watched the Gandhi movie, and there was another one. Oh yeah, we watched Elf, but that was just a Christmas thing.
Oh yeah, that's historically accurate.
Oh, that is so Santa Claus.
Yeah.
But I try to remember, like, we had this, like, yeah, that movie was sad. I don't know, I really liked the, nothing against the regular teacher I had, but she was nice, but she just didn't seem enthusiastic. Or maybe she was. I don't know. I think her teaching style was a little different than what I was used to. Maybe that's why, but I love the substitute, though.
Well, that's awesome. Oh, what the fuck is this? Oh, okay, that's nothing. I always heard people always saw the little drummer boy.
The little German boy, what?
Drummer. That's what I always heard it be called.
The little drummer boy. That's a separate thing.
Okay.
I know what you're
well, I've
talking
always
about,
heard
but-
people heard what you're talking about too.
You
But
gotta
no,
watch
I saw the Human Centipede 1 and 2. So
No. Those are
those
two.
were horrifying.
Those are two.
Those were
different.
disgusting. But those were disgusting and. It's just bad because no, I mean literally the quality of it was bad. The first one, it looked like he was in the beginning. It looked like he was jerking off in the car to 3 dogs, like to their noses glued to their asses. Yes, that's what happened. That's what.
What lesson is that going to teach you?
I always heard my teacher say, and this isn't true. I don't fucking believe it. Stories always have a lesson. That one didn't. What to jerk off to dogs with their noses in their asses?
Stories always. There's always stories in pornos.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love those memes where it shows that guy who's like a firefighter, but he's also a police officer, but he's also a doctor.
Johnny Sins.
Is that what his name is? I knew Johnny something.
Johnny Sin, not Johnny, the one you were about to say.
No. I know it's not him, but
No, he runs track.
yeah, that's why he's good at it.
Go, Johnny!
That's a video on my channel. Y'all should check it out. It's one of the earliest videos. It's
Don't check it out. That was recorded on a 2DS.
I think the 2DS would have had a better camera quality.
Well, yeah, because you record in vertical, remember?
Okay, well listen. This is why I don't know why I posted that. Why I thought that was a good video. Go, Johnny.
Well, that's because we thought it was fucking funny, Caleb.
Just someday historians are gonna look back. Oh no, don't take command. No. Someday historians are gonna look back. Oh my god, historians in the future are gonna have a lot to cover.
Well, Caleb, well, you know what's also cool is I actually do believe historians are literally going to go on your profile because with how many people aren't on there, the CIA stuffs their secret documents on there.
On my profile?
Yeah, with how least amount of people you have.
Oh, you found it. Oh, God damn it. This thing, I turned the sensitivity all the way down and I'm still like...
Your vibrator.
Yeah.
Didn't you get a dildo? Yeah, you got a dildo
You know,
for your
let's
birthday.
not
I
talk
remember.
about that.
Have you used it yet?
Head inside.
I take that as a yes.
No, I have not. No, actually, to answer your question, no, I have not. Anyways, so...
How do I know that? How do I know you're not lying?
Why do you need to know that? Why do you need to know that?
I don't need to know that. Knowledge is only needed when you're in a life-threatening situation. So let me just tell me. Like, have you used it? Like, cause that's some shit, comedy gold shit. Like, I'm not gonna tell people, but
Oh,
I mean, I
I'm
might, but no.
It's not as though you're
Well,
going in there.
you're fine, Caleb. Like,
Nobody will want,
have
I
you ever
know.
used it? Because that would be so interesting. Like, that's always a thing I'd get for like you or someone as a joke. But if you actually use it, I'm like, damn.
This
I
is
guess
not what I
the
expected
joke
to
went over
talk
your
about.
head and not the one in your pants.
We were...
That was a good one. Okay, that was a good one, liner. That
Oh,
was a
they're
good
fine.
one, Caleb.
We were talking about historical events, and now how did it get to this?
Because that's a question I've sometimes wondered sometimes, and I just
You wondered if
so,
I
like,
used it?
Yes, I did wonder because I was like, "Damn, Caleb, the joke went over your head. You're not supposed to actually use it, but I mean, it's yours."
Why would somebody buy me something not to use it? Not that I've used it, but why would somebody buy me something not to use it? That's pretty pointless. That's what rich people do.
But Caleb,
This conversation
oh,
ends
okay,
here.
I can't say it on stream, but
This conversation ends here.
Wanted to try meat.
you've experimented. I'll say that. That's it.
No, I have not, but okay.
Now with a dildo.
Oh, it's a chugging game. Chug. How
What?
did I mess up?
Okay. Can I read you a Norse story, like, just to get you more into the setting? It's about the mythology, Caleb.
Yeah, sure. You want to?
Yeah, it's my most favorite story. It's actually really cool. Also, Thor doesn't look anything like the one in the Marvel movies.
Oh, I gotta do that too. Okay, I'm gonna lose.
You there?
I'm sorry, I'm playing a drinking game.
Okay.
Oh, I lost that one. God dang it. This is harder than it thinks. I gotta press X, but also balance myself. It's hard.
It's harder than it thinks? Oh, that's odd, Caleb. It can think.
Oh, did I win? Oh, I won.
No.
Take that, Cassandra. I win. I love the setting of this. I love that Norse setting. I wish I lived in the past. Well, no, I don't actually, because you know, there were reasons, but you know, the main reason I don't want to, the number one thing that keeps me from wanting to live in the past, besides you know the social problems,
Really hold your meat.
is the fact that their healthcare was off. Well, you know, well, our healthcare is awful too,
Wine. That's child's play.
but like
Not if it's
back
for
then,
Marcus's vineyard.
I'm afraid I get sick and like no doctor will know what to do.
Marcus. Who's Marcus?
Marcos, I remember Marcos.
An old friend that made truly terrible wine.
I love the Odyssey references.
Well,
If you could live in any time period, what would it be?
spouting nonsense.
2000. No, 1990. 1990. I'd start in 1990.
You wanna live through the Christian era?
Well, dude, I can influence that so well. But no, I just want to. I always fantasize about those days, especially in the early 2000s, because I miss my early 2000s, but I've really fantasized about the 90s. It's something that.
Like just as things were starting to become modern, but like not to this point yet.
Yeah, I can't. God damn, I hate how we're dependent on our phones. I hate it.
I think about that too, but then again, I'm like that too. But there are times when I'm like enjoying a moment and I just see everybody on their phone. So then I get on my phone. But like, I don't know.
Okay, here's the story here.
Oh, okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna mute my mic too, so you can tell it with full atmosphere too, with no background.
No,
noise.
keep your mic on. Keep your mic on. I want to hear your voice.
I'm not gonna talk. I'm listening to a story.
Okay.
Come on, I'm gonna play the game with the music playing. You're gonna set the vibe, okay?
No, you're not gonna play the music playing. I just see what you're doing.
No, you won't hear anything.
No, yeah, but you'll hear everything. Shut the fuck up, Caleb.
I mean the in-game music.
Please, come on, let me do this.
Okay, go ahead. I love listening. I'll just have my mic muted. I'm listening.
Fine.
And plus it's all recorded too, so I can go back.
Caleb. God. Seriously.
What? I don't. I can't get into the. Okay, fine. Go ahead. Tell the story. No, tell the story.
What? It's literally Norse mythology, man. It'll get you in the setting of Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, well, I don't want to hear my own echo.
Well, mute yourself.
Okay.
Caleb, no, you were literally trying to pull a prank on me, and I called you out for it.
I was not. I actually genuinely wanted to mute myself.
Okay, go ahead, mute yourself.
Okay, go ahead. Start.
So it's called Thor in the Hall of Giants. Here's the poem before we get into the actual story. The strong-armed Thor, full oft against Jotunheim, did wend. But spite his belt celestial, spite his gauntlets, Utgard Loki still his throne retains. Evil, itself a force, to force yields never. Alright, now here's the actual story. Did you understand that, Caleb?
Yeah.
Okay. What did I say?
I should warn you, though. I've battled wits with great.
Can you repeat that?
Stop boasting.
Oh, okay. You continue, and I'll read the King James Bible.
Okay. I don't want to hear that. I'll just tune everything you say out.
Okay, but
I'm doing
here's
it. Wait,
what I said.
I'm doing a jousting match. Or no,
What's a
one of those
jousting match?
word matches.
What are you playing on? Cookies Candyland or whatever? That's on Grandma's phone?
No, Cookie Candy. And there's Sir Cassandra looking like an ass. You wish you had the skill to swing first. I want to pick that one.
There stood Cassandra, looking like an ass.
Not too quick on his feet, is he?
Oh, it was the wrong one.
He took an ambush or two, and one dusty old temple, forever to see that I could be helpful. But somehow I've melted his cold Norse heart.
As if I haven't forgiven. It'll say. And despite.
It'll sadden me to see my new friend pass.
That had to be right. That was correct? Okay.
Eivor did the heavy lifting, left the tracking job to I. In the end, we triumphed, chasing the nightmares far from Sky. And
Oh,
to the bride and
Sky?
groom on this historic day.
Hopefully tonight you'll finally sleep okay. If your love survived. That's the one.
If your love survived this, nothing stands in your way.
Is that right? I was right. Woohoo! Sorry, I was one of those word games. I had to listen to what she was saying.
It's whatever. I remember that.
You've really
What's
made
that?
this a night to remember.
No, I just said from the top rope.
Oh, you playing WWE on a 3DS?
No. No, I have the, I have the like wrestling yokai.
Oh.
He literally jumps from the top ropes.
Oh, I was thinking WWE. I was like, they have that for that?
Glad you invited me here.
There's a lot. What have you throw a shovel there, though?
No, really. Thank you. I needed this.
I still have to go collect some gold. I'm not done on this island yet. Jamie,
Yeah.
are you alive?
Yeah, I'm just on supremacy.
What do you say we make that bride's day?
Waiting for your approval to speak.
Go ahead, you can talk whenever you want.
Okay. I'm coming home.
Indeed.
I'm coming home to the world.
Man, this mic's sensitive. I can't even laugh.
I'm coming home.
Oh, whoa.
Okay. Here's the real thing. You ready, little Caleb?
Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, I'm getting my ass kicked. Okay. The strong-armed Thor, full oft against Jotunheim, did wend. But spite his belt celestial, spite his gauntlets, Utgard Loki still his throne retains. Evil, itself a force, to force yields never.
Oh, thank you.
Loki's in this?
You saved my wedding.
Well, yeah, this is Norse mythology. But, Utgard Loki is not what you think. Utgard Loki is the name of the giant. There's Loki and Utgard Loki in this story. I think Loki's in
Why
this.
can't they come up with a new name?
You think, but okay. Thor had planned one of his regular trips to Jotunheim, and he set out on the occasion with Loki. It had not been many months since Loki had shorn Sif's hair, and Thor decided that it was safer for all if Loki was under his own keen eye. Basically, that's referencing a previous story about how Loki has been seen as mischievous and basically dealing with the hair, and I believe fixing one of the goddesses' hair. I think Odin's wife, one of Freya. But that's a past story. Just get through this.
On this path after all. Was she right, by the way? Did you pop?
Oh, okay.
Hello?
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm just messing with the microphone. Is this better or worse?
It's just fine.
Okay.
Randy was never on the other side.
So it was that they set out in Thor's
This is a lot
chariot,
better.
Well,
Okay.
and as
continue,
night
sorry.
fell, they came upon the hut of a peasant,
still.
where they requested a bed for the night. The peasant lived in a small hut with his wife and 2 children, and although they did not have much food to spare, they offered it all to Thor, who ate greedily. It soon became clear that there was not anywhere near enough food for all, so Thor took his 2 goats from the stable, where he'd put them for the night, and slew them, roasting them over the coals of the peasant's hearth, until the succulent meat slipped from the bones.
This doesn't sound
You
like
threw down-
Thor from Marvel.
Yeah, I would love to see this story in fucking Marvel. Hey, 2 of my rams, get your ass over here. I mean, yes, yes, Thor actually, if you remember the recent Thor movie, he actually did get 2 rams.
Was that the one we watched before I moved away?
I didn't watch it with you.
Yeah,
actually.
you did. You
No,
had to have been there.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Is that
I
the
do
one
remember.
where
Yeah.
he has to stand before all the gods?
Yeah, we were in the movie theater.
And, we
And
snuck
Jacob
in
was
through
like,
it,
I already seen it, and I was like, we'll watch it again. But, yeah, okay, anyways. The peasant lived in a small hut with his the peasant and his family were in ecstasy, for it had been months since they had tasted fresh meat. And so carried away with the peasant himself, that when Thor looked away from his meal, he slyly cut into the bone of the goat leg that he was eating and tasted the marrow. When the meal was finished, Thor wrapped up the bones and placed them outside the door, and the 2 gods settled down for the night. When morning came, Thor opened the door, pulling aside his cloak, and set free the 2 goats which had been reborn. He noticed, however, that one of his goats was rather lame, so that his front leg appeared to be damaged in some way, so that he found it difficult to walk. Thor was furious that his commands had been so rashly disregarded, and he realized that he would have to leave the goat behind, for it was too lame to travel. He thrust his great hammer into the air and was about to slaughter the entire family, when the peasant crept forward and confessed that he had been the one to eat the bone. He begged Thor to show clemency to his family, and grudgingly Thor agreed to take his 2 children, Thialfi, a strong young boy, and Ruskva, a pretty girl, to be his lifelong servants as repayment. Lifelong servants, Caleb. This is the Thor, Caleb. This is Thor.
Okay.
This is the Thor, Caleb. Imagine this was in the Marvel movies. Hey, you stole my goat's leg. Leg bone. You're gonna be my lifelong servant from now on. He's just like smiling.
Okay.
But no, anyways. So the peasant was left with the goats, and the four set out on foot. The chariot left behind until the crippled goat could walk again. The countryside was cold and sparse. What water they could find to drink was tainted by the smell of giants, and Thor became ill-tempered. Eventually, night began to fall, and they were forced to find a place in which to sleep. Ahead of them was a great hall, and they approached it thankfully, curling up in its center to spend the night. They had not been sleeping for long when there was a great banging, and the earth began to rock and shake. The peasant's two children moaned with fear, but Thor pressed his hands over their mouths and bid them to follow him into an alcove which led up to the side of the hall. There they huddled and at last slept. When morning dawned, the four weary travelers made their way from the hall and stopped with a start.
Oh.
Keeping on so far, Caleb?
Yeah. This is not the Thor that I remember.
Oh,
Or the
yeah,
Loki.
this is real Norse mythology, Caleb. Watch, he's going to get a lot worse as a person. And this is just the nice stuff. By the way, this is the lighthearted stuff in Norse mythology. I just want to let you know that. For there lay sleeping a giant bigger than any they had seen before. His snores laid flat the sparse vegetation, and the peasants' children hurled themselves behind Thor in fright. Eventually, the giant opened one sleepy eye and caught sight of Thor and his party. He snorted and then sat up, speaking in a loud, rumbling voice.
This is...
So, you are the ones who dared to make your camp in my mitten. I don't know what fucking mitten means. Let me look that up.
Is it... It doesn't mean, like, the regular word?
No, Middle English, from Old French, mitaine, perhaps from mite, a pet name for a cat, because mittens were often made of fur. It doesn't... Hold on. Mitten... Old English... For Middle English, mitten, Old French, mitten, maintain, mitten, literally half glove. Okay.
Yeah.
Probably just like some sort of extra hall or something like that. That's something I didn't know. Okay. Thor looked around in surprise. Oh, I know what it's saying. Because of how giant the big is, how big, you know how it said the hall they went into?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, that hall was just a finger for, not a finger. Yeah, it was basically the finger to his mitten. Like, you're literally inside a mitten.
What?
This giant is that big. Like, his mitten. He, like, literally lives inside a mitten. That's, like, giant size.
Proceed.
I never caught that part of the story. I think I overall skipped that, but that's interesting. Thor looked around in surprise, and his eyes settled on the great hall in which they had managed to find shelter. The hall was none other than the giant's mitten. The alcove had been the thumb. Thor stepped forward and identified himself. In return, the giant said his name was Vasti. Vasti seemed as a friendly giant, and he suggested that the two parties put together their provisions and travel on together. Thor agreed, for it would do them no harm to have the additional assistance of a giant, should they encounter trouble in their travels. Now, one key thing, Caleb, when it comes to the giants in Norse mythology, most of the time, they're not the best type of people to be around, but they hate the gods. Most aren't that nice to the gods. Some are, but most times they aren't. Like, they're sworn enemies to each other.
Oh.
And this is one of the cases where that's not exactly true, but this is a huger narrative.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Thor agreed, for it would do them no harm to have these... Okay. Okay. And so they set off, Thor, Loki, and the children scuttling along in the giant's footsteps. The day was long and difficult. Even the great Thor struggled to keep up with the immense strides of the giant, and when it came time to eat and to rest, he was as grateful as the others. Vasti opened his sack and removed a large piece of meat, which he consumed in a few moments. He grunted and passed the sack to Thor, and then turned on his side and fell into a deep sleep, his noisy snores disrupting the landscape once again. Thor reached greedily for the bag. They had had no sustenance all day, and all four of them were weak with hunger. He struggled with the cord, and stamped and shouted, but despite his greatest efforts, he was unable to unfasten the knots, tied by Vasti.
Whoa.
What?
This is getting intense, Jamie. You didn't tell me it was going to be an intense story. I thought it was going to be like a lullaby type, fairy tale type story.
How is this intense?
People are struggling, and I presume there's probably going to be some death.
Don't worry about that. Okay, unfasten the knots. Loki then took the opportunity to weave his own magic on the knots, but they remained tightly fastened. Loki and the children settled down to sleep, too cold and hungry to bother any further. But Thor was irate. The giant's snoring made it impossible to sleep, and he was more hungry than he'd been since the day of his conception. Finally, he lifted up his great hammer and banged it down with all his force he could muster on the giant's head. Vasti turned and muttered and called out in his sleep that the leaf which had dropped on to him was a nuisance. By the way, Thor's hammer is insanely impressive. You're going to learn later in the story. Being able to do that is like way more than what a tank could put out easily, but we'll get to that. And then he fell back into a deep sleep and left, Thor to gaze at him in astonishment. A few moments later he tried again, this time invoking a series of enchantments to make his blow even more supremely powerful. And he hit Vasti upon the brow, deep enough that the hammer was embedded in the giant's skull. Thor dragged it out and waited for the inevitable shriek of pain, but Vasti only turned again in his sleep, and he complained about a bit of a bark that he must have fallen from the trees overhead. Thor had never been so infuriated. I'm laughing because he literally thought it was a piece of bark that hit him in the head, not a literal hammer embedded into his skull.
Piece of bark.
Thor had never been so infuriated. Everyone knew that he was invincible, and that his powers were stronger than any on Earth, and yet, with this fine hammer, he was unable to make the slightest dent on the sleeping giant. He tried one last time, and when Vasti started only slightly and suggested that perhaps an acorn had fallen on his head, Thor gave up and tried to settle down to sleep. He slept not a wink that night, and when Vasti rose, early on that morrow, he was in a fiery mood. Vasti has gone as far as he could with Thor and his men, and he would be traveling on his own, onto his own home across the icy mountains. He carefully pointed out the way to the castle of Utgard Loki, king of the giants. But before he left, Vasti spoke quietly to the travelers and told them that they would find giants even larger than he was at that palace. Perhaps they should turn back now, he suggested, for he could not guarantee them any safety when they went on alone. But Thor was too fractious to listen to his warnings, and they went on towards the palace. In a few short hours they had arrived. The tiny size of the gods meant that it was easy for them to slip between the bars of the fence surrounding the castle, and soon enough they had made their way to the inner chambers, the sanctuary of Utgard Loki himself. The king of the gods was, as Vasti had promised, larger than all giants, and fierce of countenance and expression. He laughed uproariously when he saw Thor. "We have heard tales of you, Thor," he said, "and we know who you are by that red beard of yours. We didn't expect you to be so small." And with that, he broke out into laughter again, sending Thor into spasms of anger. Yeah, if I was told I was small in the pants too, I wouldn't be happy.
Oh, that's what they
Oh, he
meant?
meant in size. Oh.
You should hear this.
Okay.
Bakrot and his friends had the
Yeah.
foolish balls to raid
My size is of no importance, he said stoutly, for I am capable of feats that men of all sizes would find impossible. Loki, who had also suffered enough on their journey, leapt forward in Thor's defense. "We challenge you to beat our many talents," he shouted. "And to begin with, I challenge you to find someone in your ranks who can eat a meal more quickly than I can." Now, Loki was more than confident of winning such a feat, for he had an appetite that was keener than most gods, at the best of times. Here he was virtually starving after 2 days without food. The king nodded his head in assent, and signaled to his cook, Logi, yes, Logi, to join them. The names are creative here. The table was laden with platters of bones, gravy, and huge slices of dripping meat. At the sound of the horn, Loki began to eat. Loki ate ravenously, devouring meat and gravy with gusto, enhanced by the powers he had called down to help him. At the sound of the thorn, he stopped and looked around. The king pointed to the under end of the table, and Loki stopped in his tracks. For not only had Loki eaten all the meat and gravy outside of the table, but he had eaten the bones, the platters, and the table as well. Utgard Loki smiled contemptuously, and with a wave of his hand dismissed Loki, who hung his head in shame. Thor stepped forward next, and held up his hand for silence. I hereby challenge any man or giant to drink a greater draught than me. Anyone at all? He shouted. A horn was dragged before Thor and Utgard. Loki, smiled once again. Your challenge, Thor, shall be met, he said. You'll see before you a horn which can, by our champion, be drunk in 1 or 2 great swallows. Let us see you match that. So Thor placed his mouth around the great vessel, which stretched the entire length of the room, and drawing in a deep breath, he began to drink. He sucked in the liquid, and after many moments without breathing, he stopped and crept along the length of the horn to see how deeply he had drunk. The horn was full. The level of the drink had not been moved by the tiniest percentage. Thor shook his head in amazement. He knew his capacity for drinking was greater than anyone's, and yet he could not make any real dent in the contents of the horn. He swallowed again and spat on the floor. Salty, he muttered to himself, and sat down. That's an important detail, Caleb.
Was it not salty the first time?
No, it was salty.
Oh.
Utgard Loki just nodded his head and said quietly, One would have expected more from you, Thor. Would they not? Thialfi had enough of the taunting, and he had grown to love Thor in the days they had been together, and he leapt quickly to his defense, volunteering himself for a race with the quickest of the giants. So Utgard Loki put forward his quickest man, a young giant named Hugi. The two boys lined up, and the race began. It seemed that the first race had been a draw, for both men appeared to reach the finish line at the same moment, and so another race was called, and they lined up once again. As the bell went, and as Thialfi lifted his foot to set off in the direction of the finish, Hugi raced on to the line and back. The race was over, and this time there were no question of who had won. Well, 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 said Utgard Loki, roaring with laughter. There are not many tricks to your trade, are there, Thor? To which the angry god trembled but said nothing. What do you say? Shouted Utgard Loki, winking furiously at the crowd of giants who had arrived to witness the spectacle. You try to raise our pretty kitty? He pointed to a giant cat who reclined gracefully in the corner of the hall. This isn't a cat, Caleb. This is probably more like a mountain lion or something, to imagine. Thor's pride had taken a beating, and he was determined to prove himself. Surely it would not be difficult to lift a cat. He strode purposely towards the cat, who yawned and licked her paw before sitting up. He tightened his belt, Mengingiord, which made him stronger, and then he tugged and pulled at the cat with all his might. But only one paw was lifted, the ground, and despite his every effort, he could not move her. The cat batted him playfully with the paw, and he managed to lift, and laid back once again, her tail flicking to and fro in the sunlight. Thor looked towards Utgard Loki, and asked him for one final challenge. Said the king. There is one person in my household who may be suitable to wrestle with you, and may I introduce you to my nurse, the 100-year-old Ellie. There was a great laughter amongst the crowd as Ellie crept forward, hardly able to hold herself upright. Thor moved quickly towards her and pulled and shoved until Utgard Loki called for him to stop. Thor swallowed with difficulty. He was bewildered and he was furious. He stared at Utgard Loki and said quietly, I have not beaten you. And to this day I thought there was no one greater than I, and you have shown me my place, and for that I must respect you. Thor signaled to Thialfi and Roskva, and with Loki on one arm, they made to leave the hall, defeated and humiliated. But Utgard Loki called out in a voice that was as once humane and colloquiality. You have come here today against my will, he said proudly. This is our home, and you are not welcome here. Your show of strength is not welcome here. I was forced to do something to keep you away forever. At that, the giant transformed. In an instant, he was Vasti. Do you recognize me? He said. When I lay sleeping just last night, the precaution of placing a mountain over my head, one which was invisible to you, Thor, and it is just as well, for it seems that when you were unable to open the magic cord of my sack, you took it upon yourself to hit the mountain. There he paused, casting open a curtain, gesticulated out the window as a series of valleys surrounding the mountain on the horizon. Those valleys, he said solemnly, are the blows you aimed to my head. Basically, Vati was Utgard Loki. He was the pretend king. And you're about to see some other things revealed. Yeah, basically, he put mountains on his head, and every time he smashed into his head, he created valleys. So, yeah, he basically made the mountains invisible. Hello?
I'm listening. I thought you were just taking a break.
No, but I'm just letting you know. What do you think of that so far?
I mean, there seems to be an amount of respect still that I'm surprised about. But, I mean, I think respect those more powerful. But I do have a question. This is a dumb question. What's the difference between a Norse and a Dane?
I don't know that.
Someone who's Danish versus... Because he's like...
Oh yeah, Danish. They're way closer to Latvia, Estonia, and Latvia than the others.
Because they called Eivor, you drop the weapon, you Danish soldier, and he replied, how dare you, I'm Norse.
Well, the Danish were basically the same. They also raided England and stuff like that as well. They were just as bad. It's actually, we get a little bit about the Danes in Beowulf. But yeah.
Were they worse than the Norse?
No, they were just basically the Norse.
Oh. And then this girl saved me, but she has like a really deep voice.
It was a gift from my brother.
Hi, Caleb. I'm glad I saved you.
Why, thank you.
Discovered many things.
Okay, let me continue. Thor gasped, but said nothing, waiting for the king to continue. And continue he did. Loki's opponent had been none other than Wildfire, and Thialfi's racing partner had been the king's thoughts, and there could be none as swift as these. Thor's drinking hoard had been dipped at one end into the ocean, and no matter how deeply he had drunk, the ocean would have remained undrinkable. Utgard Loki commented that the tides of the ocean had been altered by Thor's great swallows, but then he hurriedly went on. The cat was in reality Jormungandr, the world serpent, and had Thor not heard the gasp of terror when it seemed as though Thor may be responsible for removing the serpent's tail from its mouth. Do you want to know why that's important?
Why? Why is that important?
Because in Norse mythology, basically it's kind of like a chain of events that happens. At the end of time, basically Ragnarok happens. Basically, Thor, when he was about to pull his the tail out of the world serpent's mouth, that would have caused Ragnarok immediately. So that would have been the end of basically the universe, and would have restarted it all over again. Because basically what happens is the tail would have been pulled out. In Norse mythology, there's these two wolves that go and follow the sun to keep the days going. The wolves at that same time would have finally caught up to the sun, and there would have been a giant war of the gods versus the giants, and that would have been the end of everything. The universe would restart.
Maybe it should restart, honestly.
Well, that's crazy enough. Okay, but anyways, everyone that knew, everyone there knew what chaos would exist when such an occurrence would happen, for it had been prophesied that the end of the world would be nigh. Ellie was old age itself, and he had nearly unseated her. In all, Thor had been successful in many ways.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but she's like, that's where they made. That's where their fort. She's like talking about like the fort's defenses. That's where they hide. But like, near the beginning of the game, I already raided that place, and now he's talking about it like, how am I going to find? I got to find a way in there. I'm like.
That's genius game design.
Because like you can kind of do whatever you want whenever you want in the game, but the game doesn't recognize. Just like in Just Cause 3, I took over the entire map and like threw a military force. So then later in the game, they would talk about invading military bases. Like we have to find a way to sneak past guards, but they were my own guards. the game did not plan for me to have already taken it over at that point. But I'm sorry, I mean,
I've had that happen a few times in games. That's interesting though.
Is this story almost over?
Yeah, it's almost over.
Okay.
Basically, you know how he cut made the mountains invisible? Same thing with the fire with Loki. He literally, I'm not Loki. Thialfi. Thialfi literally ran against a wildfire, going in a straight line. So that's crazy enough. And literally, Thor, when that old witch came out, that was actually a old age in disguise.
Wow.
You may hold your head high, said Utgard Loki proudly, but please, Thor, do not return to our shores. Thor was only slightly placated by the king's explanations, and he lifted his powerful hammer to bring an end to the sedative lifestyle of Utgard Loki and his men. But as quickly as he could lift his hammer, the castle was enveloped in a sea of mist, and he could see nothing. The world of the giants was completely enshrouded, and Thor had no recourse, and to return home to Asgard. His mission was incomplete, and Thor had been branded a puny weakling in the eyes of the giant. He had faced many of nature's most formidable enemies, and he had left his mark. And for the god of war could stand tall once again. He's not the actual god of war, if you're wondering. No, that's Tyr. Why we have the name Tuesday, but yeah, well Tuesday, but you know.
Oh, it comes from that?
Yeah. But oh yeah. So what'd you think of the story, Caleb?
It was intense, but actually, it was actually more entertaining. Well, I'm gonna get some hate for saying this. It was more entertaining than a lot of the Christian stories.
Well, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I was just supposed to say something, but I forgot. Yeah.
Although, well, no, I don't know. Nothing can really beat the Jesus story.
Oh yeah, how did that go again? Virgin Mary, birthed out, helped a few people, new covenant.
I'm still gonna sneak in normally how I would normally sneak in. Or no, I have to act normal.
What if Andrew Swan was an Isu?
Who's that? Who's that? I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, Caleb. Me neither. But what if he was, Caleb?
And I mean, he's old enough.
He's so old, he makes fucking Alexandria jealous.
Who?
Whoever's the girl in Assassin's Creed.
Cassandra?
Cassandra, yeah.
Alexandria.
That sounds like her name, though. That seems like her name.
Fuck, I'm just gonna kill you people. I'm not playing this game of trying to blend in.
How many viewers do you have on right now?
You know, it's not. Most people watch it after.
No, I'm asking seriously. How many do you have on?
I don't know how to check. Probably nobody.
That makes sense. How many viewers do you have after?
Sometimes like 20, 30. Sometimes less.
Wow, someone's interested in your content. That's cool. At least you get them.
Listen,
You just kill. You never pick out. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I don't really care though.
Well, think about it, dude. That sounds like old English. What I just said. Least you. Think about it, Kale. That's what an old English person would say.
But yet it can also sound like slang too. Least you.
I don't remember. Well, yeah.
People act like slang is like just now. Like there was always slang.
What are you talking about?
There was always slang.
What are you talking about?
People act like slang is just like a now thing. Like I don't understand these kids, like the kids slang nowadays. But like,
well, yeah. I mean, I remember in Miss Wolfgang's class we learned about the 20s slang. Man, this game is sure the bee's knees. Bees don't have knees. What the fuck does that? What sense does that make? Bees don't have knees.
Well,
Unless
you know.
bees are coveting knees, and okay, fine.
I think they just said it because it rhymed.
Oh, hold on, coveting? Jesus Christ, talking like the Bible.
Come on, you leave his name out of this.
Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ, Jesus Christ. Oh no, that's not like Bloody Mary. Ah!
Wait, are you? No.
Bloody Mary, Jesus comes out of a Bible. That would be scary.
Are you not supposed to say his name?
Well, who cares?
I don't know. Is that like a religious thing where you're not allowed to? I didn't know that was a thing.
I've seen those exact Christians. I've had one tell me don't say Jesus' name. So, and I was like, okay, whatever. Next time I'm gonna purposely just keep repeating Jesus, 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 Jesus. But no, I've had one do that.
Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. We can't sing that on here though.
No one knows this. You're referencing.
Yeah, then again, still, that's a bad song.
Bro, this game wants me to fucking infiltrate a base and like keep everybody alive, but instead I kill everybody and I can still pass the mission. Fucking GTA 3, I passed the mission but drove the car in the wrong direction to get there, and they say you failed.
Well, that's your fault.
Shit, why did you not attack him? That could have been a loss. You almost done fucked that shit up.
Done fuck that shit up? Caleb,
Oh,
Caleb,
you know what? I found myself falling victim to slang myself.
You better correct your grammar now, because I'm gonna die in Minecraft, that's why. Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm getting edumacated.
Educated. That's unbelievable.
I gotta get myself an edumacation. Before the bee's knees. You like my song?
It's horse shit. I'm joking. Kale, that song fucking sucks ass.
Thank you, thank you. You people pretend I'm killing these people. This is like this group who pretends to be Viking, just so they can like make the Vikings look bad.
Actually, there were groups that acted like Vikings. That actually has a little bit of truth to it. Remember on Pawn Stars, it was actually
That's
Yeah. That's funny reference. Let's go to a History Channel. I'll go to a History Channel. I go to Pawn Stars. But literally, it's actually a really cool fact. They were looking at Viking jewelry because there's these guys that traded artifacts to each other, and this guy was like selling some jewelry, Viking jewelry. And he got into the history of how there was like this group. I think they were like what modern day Latvians were. No, the Baltics. No, they were Baltic Vikings who, by the literature, technically aren't Vikings, but they copied a lot of their clothing. They copied a lot of their stuff, and the Vikings didn't see them as much of anything else besides that themselves. So like if you walked in on them, you would have thought they were Vikings, but they're not. They were peaceful and stuff. And I think the Vikings was one of the only groups that the Vikings tolerated, I guess. But yeah, it was actually very interesting. Did you know, also according to Pawn Stars, when they were looking at a George Washington suit that was like going for a few million, he actually did wear pink.
I thought you were gonna say they found it was fake.
That would be funnier.
Did he actually have wooden teeth?
Oh, I thought you knew this. No. He did have wooden teeth, but it was a combination of ivory and I think a few metals. Which there was like this one thing we were shown in Wolfgang's class that it was actually pretty accurate to the history, to where George Washington was really quiet in his inauguration because of how painful it would have been to him, or to have those teeth in his skull.
Cover's blown now. Is that all of them? That's all of them. Yeah, I almost failed the mission, I think. But no, wait. He actually was really quiet in that speech.
Most likely, because of how much pain it would have been to speak. Like, him talking hurt enough. To him not even talking hurt enough. Him having to talk was brutal.
But, like, that wasn't his whole life. Because he had to be a general at one point, and he had to, like, speak loudly.
Imagine him sounding like Mr. Washington. Alright, boys! You know?
Oh, that was epic.
Boys, leave the British on it! Yeah. Christianity!
Wait, there's something about the Founding Fathers not even really being that Christian.
Yeah, they weren't. I mean, George Washington wasn't a deist, but no, they weren't really that Christian.
Why is the Earl so obsessed with the Raven? It took his
Come over here, buddy, so I can kill. Are you? Is that like a microwave?
No, I just turned on my I'm going now. I just turned on my what's it called? Air fryer.
I was gonna say it's so loud.
Well, I was right next to it, Caleb.
Well, I'm right next to you.
Then you're delusional. I think you need to seek some psychiatric help.
Stop it. Get some help.
You need to fucking kill yourself.
Well, you know that's easier, right?
Yeah, I mean, one less kid to serve food, right?
That's a good one. Why is this? What?
I think you'd find it funny. This run?
No, not at all. Money's not a problem. Only can have that kind of money in real life. Shit. Blend in. That's hilarious. I can still blend in despite killing half their people.
Don't mind me, I'm just the plant.
I wish. Maybe I can just sneak past you, actually. Fucking dumbasses. No wonder you guys get fucking raided all the time. You guys are stupid as fuck.
Well, yeah, that's how it went back in the day.
They're stupid. They were. Everybody back then was incompetent.
No, they just got raided a lot.
Well, I can see why they're incompetent. They literally. I'm like moving around in the bushes and they don't fucking see me. Also, when I whistle, even though they literally watch somebody else get killed in the bushes, when I whistle, they still go over there.
Well, oh, hold on though. The Spanish guards in Assassin's Creed Black Flag were also more incompetent than that, Caleb.
Oh yeah, they were worse. Oh my god.
Did you hear the Earl? We're gonna be rich.
Hey, at least it wasn't bad pornos like you brought up earlier. Go, somebody help me! I'm stuck in the dishwasher. Somebody help me! I'm stuck in the clothes dryer. Help!
I didn't bring that up.
You brought up porn earlier, like Johnny Sins or something like that. But like, how like you brought up porn acting, and I was like,
I did?
yeah.
Oh, I
You
said
wanna
he
know
was
who
like
John-
everything.
Yeah.
He played every damn role this side of the Atlantic.
Okay.
You like the soundtrack? Can you hear it?
No.
There's like this Viking. I thought my headphones were picking it up.
I don't want to listen to that.
It's a grueling. He looks like he is. Oh. Oh, how am I gonna do this?
Let's go. Let's go.
They're gonna see some dead bodies down there, and they're not gonna like what they see.
Oh shit, a witch. I gotta get out of here.
What if the world,
Run!
what if the world was as incompetent as it is in Minecraft?
Fucking physics would be messed up.
Well, I meant more so the way the NPCs act.
Well, a lot of the villagers would probably have to start signing up for special, and I don't mean that in a demeaning way.
Well, it looks like I'm fighting. I have no choice but to fight.
I'm literally hiding in a house right now. I have nothing the right helmet and a diamond pant and diamond boot, and I'm just hiding in here because of the damn witch.
Well, look at you, aren't you psycho?
What the fuck was that? The witch fucking followed me.
Oh, well, I wasted that ability. There we go. Die. I might have ruined the mission, but at least I watched you die. You fuckers lost me? You guys literally lost me? I wasn't even trying to hide from you, and somehow I still was able to escape you?
That's your fault.
Oh, I wasted my ability again. I gotta use the abilities in this game. There we go, he's dead. I love how half the base is literally like trying to find me and hunt me down. The other half of the base doesn't even know anything's going on. That is like really poor communication skills. Also, I love in Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Oh my god, you can. The NPCs are so basic, you could follow them, and you could know exactly what they're doing because they just repeat the same things over and over and over again.
Hmm? What are you talking about?
The NPCs in Black Flag, like the soldiers in Assassin's Creed Black Flag,
What about them?
they were so basic you could predict their every move.
Yeah, they're also really fun to kill.
Well, yeah, they're easy to kill, but I think in this game it's more satisfying to kill them because they're smarter. Raiding bases in the newer Assassin's Creed games are way funner, and I used to raid
Wait,
bases.
funner. That's not a word.
Way more fun. I used to raid bases in Assassin's Creed Black Flag all the time, but I will say, this might not be as escapable. You're gonna blow my cover, fucking die. There we go.
What's going on?
What's going on? Also, Watch Dogs, they're kind of stupid in that game too when you invade them, but they're smarter, but still stupid. Also, for some reason, the NPCs in Watch Dogs kind of function like Assassin's Creed, the way they guard over the bases, which is kind of stupid because the world doesn't really work the same, but like they'll like stand guard like a watchtower. Like, what good is that gonna do? But it makes
Okay.
it so fun, so fun. I'm gonna play that next
I didn't
time.
even understand what you just said.
I'm just saying the watchdogs NPCs, like the soldiers, act like the people, like the guards and watchdogs, like the people. Because both games have this thing where you can invade, like it's not forts and watchdogs, it's more like gang hideouts or like something like that. But like they function, the NPCs function similarly, minus the technology differences. This is gonna be hard to pull off, but let's see if I can do it. I'm gonna have to sneak behind. I won't be able to invade from the front. I'll get... You need to die. You almost blew my cover, asshole. Although they're so oblivious. They're still having their little meeting while I'm killing all of them. I guess I could have just taken this way to begin with. Is anybody in here? And out we go. I can go around this way. I wonder if I can sneak in. I can sneak behind there. You don't see me, there's no fucking way you see me. Oh damn it, you're facing this way. That makes it more difficult. I can't tell which way you're facing. Oh wait, no, you're not facing this way. Okay, now all of a sudden you are. Oh no, you are facing this way. Do you turn around at all, or do you face the other way? I do have an idea. Maybe if I go in here, kill this guy, lure that guy in without luring the other guy. There we go. Lure him over here. There we go. Come on over here too, buddy. There we go. Gotta see if they change patterns. If my sole goal was just to kill everybody, that'd be fun, but it's not. I have to leave them alive so they can witness me kill their leader.
You sound like a school shooter.
Oh my god, don't even say that.
It's a bad joke, I know.
It's the 1 year
No,
anniversary of the Buffalo Top shooting. And how many shootings has there been in between?
That's
that time?
horrible. That's horrible. That's horrible.
It is, you know. I remember that. It was like, and everyone freaked out, and then nothing. Then it happened again. Everyone freaks out, and then nothing.
Yeah.
Would be better to come in from this side, maybe.
Remember that one meme where like Sheldon runs over those kids? Where it's like Bazinga and he runs over those kids?
Sheldon. Die.
You belong to the Raven clan. You are a blight on this land.
And he's dead.
Wow, you killed him dead.
I gotta kill all you goons. Good thing I've been killing you off one by one already. I don't remember how. I haven't played this game much like, recently. I'm kind of just cold turkeying back into it.
What games have you been playing?
GTA, Minecraft, some Nintendo Switch stuff too, like Mario Kart. I still play a lot of Mario Kart. I can't lose my sharpness. And lose to you. I will not lose to you in Mario Kart.
Well, you were never that hard anyways. I mean, I beat you like all the time.
I beat you, to set the record clear. I beat you more than you beat me by a long shot.
That's not true. That's the opposite.
Let's ask Nikki. Well, actually,
No, I beat you more than you beat me.
that's not true. Well, that's Nikki. I was gonna say well done because
To achieve the
I don't know what you want to talk about, but
perhaps some fire will draw Alcila's attention.
Why don't you invite him on?
I did invite him.
Do it again.
Then you invite him this time.
I'm good.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, as much as I've talked to him, he's busy
Because you're doing what?
working.
Not this time.
You know, he has a job, you know.
Yeah, for 30 hours. If not less.
That's true. Hey, listen, work is work.
Exactly. I fully agree.
Oh, burn the house. I should have read that. I can't remember how to do that.
Just see you run in place.
Run in place?
Yeah, it looked like you were running in place.
Oh, I might have been. I didn't read the caption. It said burn the house. There we go. Houses back then burnt like shit. Bro, the houses built in ancient Greece were nicer than this, man. And that was like 600 years before this. And they were built nicer. These are like stone huts. Those are palaces. Well, then again, I guess this is after the fall of the Romans. Which I guess makes things differently. Well, I guess I gotta throw another torch. There we go.
Run while you can, cowards! And never cross my path again!
Stay your hand, mighty warrior.
Oh shit.
I offer you everything I
useful.
gave the Earl and more. An army greater than all others. A kingdom to outshine.
It is done. Freya's might to be that deadly after so many winters.
One by one, we take out the enemies and leave the powerful. Even at the lowest setting, it picks up my whispers.
That was a glorious sight, wise one. It was as though Hell, queen of the underworld, descended from that tree.
I think I felt her in my bones, and not in any comforting way.
Are you,
I am fine, though I will pay for that glory later.
Well,
So, now that your destiny is achieved, will you seek a more peaceful path?
Alcida was merely an obstacle on a long road. This is the real prize of the day. I retrieved it after I put that witch to rest.
What is it?
The future. A seed to plant in Jerusalem.
So the fates are not finished with you.
Does it ever end? And you? Are you satisfied? to
I have a
achieve
question.
your vengeance?
My greatest satisfaction is knowing that the
Jamie.
honor of the Raven clan is unblemished, and that my people are safe.
Yeah,
As a champion,
I'm here.
were people,
as you are the champion.
the average person,
Eivor,
living in
of the
Rome in the year 0 more intelligent of the world around them from a scientific standpoint and a realistic standpoint than somebody living in a medieval kingdom in the 1600s, despite the fact
Yeah.
that it's 600 years later? Do they know?
Yeah.
I wonder
There's
if I
reasons
shall ever
for
learn
the
more
dark.
of this.
Yeah, the lack of knowledge. Yeah, but like the average person can't know much. Even in Rome, I feel like the average person just didn't care.
This place is heavily guarded.
You know, we're living in the new dark ages under Biden. I'm just kidding.
That is false given the fact that we haven't suddenly burned all our knowledge.
Well, what about the what's it, cancel culture? I can't even take that. No, I got a good example. Florida with their book, what they're doing with their books.
There you go. There's the
There we go. See.
Now bring that to an entire country, and now you got a dark age.
Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. That'd be awful.
It better not. I'll keep a secret library.
Secret library. Me too. I want a secret library for dirty stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I gotta be careful what I
It would
say.
be a good idea to do one of these days. What if we what if we take a museum trip? There's gotta be museum trips where you get to go and see what the Underground Railroad was like.
That'd be cool,
seeing
yeah.
each different passages, for example, some ways, I don't know, Frederick Douglass or
Yeah.
or something like that, where you get to see the multiple paths one takes. Like you get a bus ride to each place and every person that helped them and stuff
Well,
like that. That would be cool.
That would be cool. I remember when I wanted to go to one of those former slave plantations to see what it was like, and you were like, "Oh my God, you want to go to a plantation?" I'm like,
No, I was freaking out about, actually, yes, oddly specific picking out a plantation, yes. But, could I go to Washington D.C., New York City? No, I need to go to a
no,
plantation.
it was in the area. It showed up on the to-do thing there in that area, in the Nashville area. I said, "Hey, let's go visit this plantation."
But you're literally trying to take Sophia and Jacob there, though.
I wasn't taking them there for that reason. You know that. I wasn't taking them there for that reason. No.
But if you didn't tell them you were taking them there, that would just be
I would have
insensitive.
told them they were. I wanted it for historical purposes. I wanted to see what the plantation museum was.
What other purposes are there?
Oh, I mean, no. Obviously, I know what the purposes of a plantation were, but it's just a piece of history, a dark piece of history, a piece of history. I wasn't. What other reason would I have for going there? To laugh at it or something? What?
Why did I say anything about that? I'm just saying, like, as a bad joke, like,
No.
it's purposely taking Sophia
No,
and
no.
Jacob there just to show him around because you've made those jokes, deal.
I like dark
hey,
humor.
let's take him around in here.
I like dark humor,
too.
but that is too much.
Well, I was just jokingly freaking out, like, oh my god, you want to take them there? That's insensitive, Caleb. If you guys are listening, I love you. But yeah.
Well, I don't think anyone's listening.
Well, no, I'm talking about in the future.
In the future.
Okay.
Who passed away?
Huh.
It's okay. It's okay. We love you.
I don't know. You know what would be a good historic site to visit? The first moon landing.
You know, that would be, but somehow we haven't been back there, and despite the fact we can.
Well, actually, we're doing that soon, actually, did you know?
I heard about it!
He passed.
Oh, he
while I was
died.
away.
Whoa. Well, listen, I've also heard about Mars for the past, 10 years. I've been paying attention to it. Or when we haven't even come any closer.
We had planned to brand Tecla's
Bro,
barracks that
Elon Musk said in 2010 we would go to Mars by 2020. Yeah, well, it's 2023.
in his bed,
Okay, and we haven't gone back. We haven't even gone back to the moon.
but he was already gone.
Well, then again, it is Elon Musk, but
But he went
There's
with
Elon
plans.
Musk. Doesn't he own
Things
SpaceX?
he wanted
Yeah.
to do, things he meant
Okay,
to
so you would know something about it, but
His death was so
yeah,
his
we're
thing.
2023. I haven't heard anything yet.
he's the guy who sent the car into space.
Everyone knows who Elon Musk. Have you seen that guy?
when we tell
Who?
stories, the old and wise, they
There's
have
this
the
Chinese guy
strong
going around that's saying Elon Musk right because of course English isn't his first language. He's going, my name is Elon Musk,
Elon
and he does,
ready.
yeah, and he does this weird voice like, oh hi, money. That's literally exactly how he sounds.
He thinks that that's how he sounds.
Everyone looks at me like I was
Because he was trying to sound English as best he can, I think. So like doing, you know how like,
don't know it.
because doing different vowels is hard. Like the way they make their sounds is way different than ours. Like I've done like doing Arabic, that's hard. It can be a lot harder to pull off, especially with rolling your L's and stuff.
I was not prepared to lose my parents. But in a flash, they were taken from me.
This is emotional.
I pressed on, determined to live.
That must have been punishing.
We should start a podcast.
You are so
You know, we should. I mean, it's kind of what we're doing right now. We're kind of just grifting off ideas. The thing is I'm trying to think of a practical way to do it. One that requires little editing, and we can just do normally.
So I live it.
Like,
Little editing.
yeah, I don't want to sit there, bro. Fuck, I don't want to sit there and go through hours of footage. It just ruins the fun of it. I just want to kind of ramble off, and you ramble off, and then upload it.
skilled artist
Well, it's simple. You can just do that right now.
That's what we are doing.
But-
That's what the stream basically is. That's a big
Well, then,
podcast.
like, start like a YouTube channel just full of podcasts. I mean, we're not acting like we would in podcasts. It's just a video. I'm just talking to you.
Yes, half of the stuff we would is this. Half of it is this.
Know you're valued.
You think we're gonna have nuanced ideas the entire time? No. Oh, what was I supposed to do? I was not paying attention to the cutscene at all. Oh, there
No
is
one
nothing
gives
to
a
do.
shit, Caleb.
You know
I'm
what?
kidding. It's like your bully videos. No one gives a shit.
Listen, I beat the whole game on stream.
I'm joking.
But I did it because I had nothing to do. That was when I literally, that was after I quit Sprags, but before starting college. So I was like, what else am I to do? It's like I have nothing. For the first time in a long time.
Should have been like Silent Hill or something.
Well, you know what? I also needed to save my money, okay? And I already own the game. Plus, you know how I am. I do Rockstar game as I'm playing Assassin's Creed. But, like, I gotta be interested in the game. I also needed a game that was short, too.
Rockstar hasn't made all good games. Remember, they made GTA 1 and 2.
Okay, well, every game has to start somewhere, you know?
Red Dead Revolver.
You said you liked that game.
I liked it.
Yeah, so what are you
That's
talking
it.
about? Okay, well, liked it. You know, that was a good start for the series. You know, see what it turned into.
That may turn into a legendary ass series.
Yeah, oh my god. I was actually tempted to play that instead, but I needed it. But I kind of don't know what to do in that game, because once you, not gonna lie, for a game that's so great, once you finish the story, you're kind of just left with, like, what do I do?
I would love if they played Johnny Cash in that game. That would have just made the game from a 9 to a 10.
I think it already is a 10, but yeah, I think that would have made it even better.
Oh, I think it's a 9.
I give it a 10 just for the story and Arthur Morgan alone. Even now, it is one of the best looking games I've played.
Dude, it still has a lot of, not the online, but it's still just like, it's just a big map. I mean, I can't wait for RDR3. Like, again, I imagine it like this. If the stream hasn't heard this before, basically, my idea how RDR3 is going to go is it's going to go even further back into the past, where Dutch and Hosea are starting to form their gang and bring Arthur Morgan along, and we can see how he develops in some of his connections. Like, you know how he talked about his past wife and kid? We may be even able to see that too, but Arthur wouldn't be the main role.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
And there's also a side story going on. What?
Yeah, I was gonna say it shouldn't solely focus on him. As much as I love him, I think it's, you know, I think there should be some. He should be there, but like also they kind of have to go back. They can't go forward because.
Well, no, I can imagine they go forward. I was just about to say that.
But they can't really because like it's a Wild West game. But the whole point of it is like the Wild West is ending. But at the same time, you go past Red Dead Redemption 1, you start like you're in like the late night. You're going into the 20s. There really wasn't a Wild West in the 1920s.
Well, let me get to that. I'm imagining what like Jack's kid is like. Jack had to go into the army in World War I, and he came back out. But if that doesn't happen, well, it still happens. It can still happen either way, like a family member. Basically, if that doesn't happen, it's just screw with them. But this is the Roaring '20s, and Jack's son is thinking about getting into the mafia, and you get to see him participate in the mafia. And
So
you
it's
get
a
to play as
mafia
him a
game.
little bit. Well, no. During it, the dad's always telling him, "No, I know what the gang life is like. I've seen it for myself." And his son's like, "You were only just a kid, and the mafia is not the same as a Western gang." Like, and it gets into a little scuffle, but it's basically how it just gets into the ending of Jack's just the true end of the Wild West, where I believe Jack should die. Because, well, gang shit. But, yeah, so Jack goes on, and the end of the story is don't be a part of a gang. So,
Don't.
and now if it goes into the fucking hood, I'm done. But... But no, yeah. That's what I imagine, because at the same time as the gang is forming and the Roaring '20s is going on, both of them collide together into where the story ends.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
I would love that.
That honestly, would you still ride horses though, or would you drive cars?
Don't forget, like yes, there were cars
Yeah.
and stuff, and it became popular. It would still be more acceptable to be riding your horse.
Exactly.
What's the meme name?
The meme name?
There's a joke about if Grand Theft Auto was like set during the time of like a board. It was like easy skeevy something.
I don't know, Grand Theft Automobile.
Well, riding your horse would be common, hell. But I mean, it's not common, but it's not uncommon. Like his son gets into it, especially again with the mafia, and they're poor as well. Jack's son, but Jack, he still rides an old horse.
But like, by that time, wouldn't he be? like that one, like a skit where like everyone's driving flying cars and he's still, one of the OTS characters still driving an old truck. That's what it's gonna be like. Jack is gonna be riding a horse and everyone else is gonna be driving cars.
Oh wait, Jack can't die, remember? Isn't he in like one of the GTA games?
No, he's not. Nothing I know.
That's an Easter egg.
He wrote a book.
One.
I don't know, but his book is shown in GTA 5, but that was an easy raid. That was actually pathetically easy. But yeah, no, Jack is kind of the end of the story. He's kind of the last, he's the end of the line, So them going forward, just technologically speaking and story-wise, it just doesn't make sense. There's so much more, I think, if they went backwards.
Well, stay alert. Smoke from the flames will alert camps downriver.
I agree.
Fighting will get tougher as we go.
That's why the main focus would be on Dutch and Arthur's time. And when they pick up the gang and stuff. Like, we could be able to see the events of what happened right at the beginning of Red Dead 2, where they're like talking about what happened in Blackwater.
Yeah, it should end there. It should end like just exactly where it starts. Instead of being like, 5 years later, 6 years later. It should end right then and there. Like at that climatic moment.
Military camp.
Yeah.
You will find foreign supplies and even gear.
Okay, let's raid this place.
They will put up a fight. So be it.
But yeah, it's kind of cool that like, what's it called? I'm trying to think of what I was gonna say. It'd be kind of cool if they went backwards, but like, what character would they even do? Because, like, a new character, but then what happens to a new character? He just disappears too and is never mentioned.
Yeah. I mean, it would be the true end of Red Dead.
I mean, like.
You remember there was a protagonist.
I only see them going backwards because them going forward, they can't. With the way the Wild West is, I don't think they can.
You'd be surprised.
I can see it.
Rockstar can do a lot of things when money is
Yeah,
involved.
Rockstar can do a lot of things except make Grand Theft Auto 6.
Rumor has it.
Well, they are, but they're taking the sweet ass. If GTA 6 is not like a game of the century, okay, they failed.
See? And that's why it's taking so long.
No, I'm saying that because it's taking so long.
See, but now that's the issue of expectation. I, for one, expect nothing.
Oh,
And I'm pleasantly surprised when something actually is.
for most games, yes, that's true. I keep my expectations normal, but the budget they have and the time they've had, that's the one game that my expectations are high for. Because, like, man, that is, like, a lot. Oh, was the raid over? I think I read it. They have more money to work with than any other game. I think.
What, Kale?
I think Rockstar has, like, a bigger budget for GTA 6 than, like, almost any game.
How much?
I mean, I don't know, but GTA 5 made more than most movies. Are you good?
Really? That's awesome.
It's not more excited.
Oh, okay. Can I leave this camp now? I think I need. I love how the sky turns orange when I start a raid, like those California wildfires. Oh, Jimmy, I don't want to bring this up too much. I don't want to bring too much of this up. But did you hear about the senator from California?
No.
She's like really old and basically.
No, I know.
Yeah. The reports coming out about it. If she does not step down, that's a big problem. Bro, her aides say they have a conversation about a policy, and then like she, what's it called? She'll be briefed about it, but then like a few hours later, she'll talk about it as if it was never talked about. They don't let her walk the halls alone. She confused Tim Scott. You know who Tim Scott is, right? The senator. He's like, I think he's like the one black Republican senator. The only one, I think.
I thought there were two.
No, I think it might be. No, there's one. I think there's one. It might be two. But anyways, there's one. But she confused him. She mistaken him for Raphael Warnock.
Oh, damn.
I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. She's not.
That's like mistaking Crazy Alice for Uncle Ruckus.
I don't know. I don't know the context behind that, but I'm imagining like he's like confronting her. He's like, what are you Democrats proposing? Oh, hey, Raphael.
Damn.
What are you doing here? Why are you on the Republican side, Mr. Warnock? Oh God, I hope not. I don't think. I mean, I'm not saying it because she's racist, although I think there have been rumors about her completely. There's some questionable things, but like, God, that's a sign.
That's a questionable thing. Did she like blow someone in an alley?
I don't know, but apparently, like, she disregards race, something like that, or not disregards it. It's something strange like that. She doesn't know her staffers and all that. I don't know. It's a whole situation.
I don't care.
Well, it's a big deal because she's blocking judges, like Biden judge nominees. That's a big deal.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my bad. Oh, yeah. Because to add more judges and stuff like that, you need to have one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And Trump appointed a record number in his term, and Biden was like matching that. But then she gets sick, and they tell her to step down because you have dementia. You shouldn't be holding office if you have dementia. I'm not like making fun of her for having dementia, but like you're in no position to have any authority over. Not only that, but you're senator of the biggest fucking state in the country.
Yeah, I say step down.
I mean, yeah. She promises.
Like, who are you standing up for? The geriatrics?
I don't know. But yeah, I think she should step down. I'm making this raid easier. I'm going in myself and killing a bunch of them. So then when my team raids, there's like almost nobody there. Oh, a key. That's probably good. But yeah, it's funny but not funny, obviously. It's not funny, but it's funny that she confused Tim Scott for Raphael Warnock. That part was funny, but good. Not good.
Fucked up.
Let's see here. I gotta figure out what all these things, what all these buttons. Got him. What else? Bro, there's been a lot of stuff. Zelensky said that he is going to. Well, he's not like say he's going to. He's talking about. Now, this has been talked for a while. But like the question of morale is, should Ukraine start taking over Russian territory? That was Russian before the war. And the public opinion says mostly yes.
I would say yes, but don't take much because there will be nukes. I mean, Putin does need the approval of all like the generals to do it.
You think they're gonna bow? You think they're gonna say no?
Yeah. Well, they need all of the approval. I believe there's like 20 of them that have to approve.
Also, how's he gonna nuke a country right next to him?
Because there's a tactical nuke, and just like with our nukes in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the air, like the bad air and stuff, goes up into the atmosphere.
Well, yeah, but the thing about it is, I think at this point, Ukraine's been put through enough. I think they should get something out of this. It shouldn't just be, oh, Russia quits invading Ukraine and lives peacefully ever after.
Yeah, I agree.
Ukraine should get something good out of it. I think
mean, we should support just to not antagonize anymore. We shouldn't, like, once they get all their territory back, to be like, okay, we're done.
Fuck, I think we should. I think we should. I think honestly. No, I'm not gonna say that because this is one of those crazy opinions that I don't even really fully believe. But it's just one of those crazy ideas. What if actually fully, but I don't believe it at all really. But what if we just started sending U.S. troops to invade Russia?
We would have to do. We would first of all have to destroy all the destroy or neutralize all the Russian missile silos for the nuclear warheads. Either with nukes or just doing it as fast as we possibly could, which is what we'd have to do. We couldn't put troops down first. What we'd have to do is is send in fighter jets as quick as possible and just blow up every suspected one we see.
Oh, you're forgetting we have nukes too.
Yeah, but this would have to be
although I don't think any country
country
under any scenario should use nukes. I'm fully against that, obviously, and also I'm not practically for sending U.S. troops, obviously, to Russia. But what I am saying is, like, in that scenario, no. Or send all of NATO forces there. Boom, Russia can't.
Well, you see, that's what we'd have to do because we didn't have to send all of NATO, but and as fast as we could to do it. I mean, America, I think, could pull it off, but it would have to be so quick to get to the capital or wherever they would be able to launch the nukes or whatnot, if that's even possible.
I'm going the wrong way. Sorry, yeah, I'm listening. No, I was just going the wrong way. No, I think what's it called? What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I think that if Russia's struggling to fight Ukraine alone, they would. Okay, ignoring nukes for a second. Let's just hypotheticals here. Ignoring nukes, if Russia is on the ground failing to fight Ukraine, or at best case scenario they're making some ground, but usually they're losing ground. How would they fare against a land invasion of the United States?
Lose. Like, it would even if they magically could teleport all their tanks and stuff and get ready for war. It would be just a landslide from what we've seen. Just a complete landslide.
You mean those Cold War tanks?
Yeah. Like, it would be a landslide, dude. Especially if all of NATO we conquered, dude.
They're sending all their actual tanks to Ukraine.
No, I mean, they did send some Cold War tanks to Ukraine, though.
They did?
Mm-hmm. For Russia's military, also their military parade was so funny. It's because if you're a really strong military, you should have backups for backups for backups. You shouldn't be like, if you're a country that's about to invade somebody, you shouldn't be like using all of your good resources for that. You should have some reserve for defense. Because they got all these resources in Ukraine. If a country invaded them from the opposite side or whatever, they would have nothing. They wouldn't be able to defend themselves. With a weakened military like that.
Yeah.
So even though people are like, oh, well, that military parade, well, that's because, I don't know, some Russian apologists or defensive, they're saying like, well, of course their military parade is going to be weak because they're using all their forces in Ukraine. But the thing is, they shouldn't be. If they're this really strong country, little Ukraine shouldn't be expediting all their resources. They shouldn't be having to use all that on Ukraine. I mean, Russia was supposed to be a global super. Is that a fucking chicken attacking me? I've seen it all.
Chicken attack.
Look at. That chicken was. Okay. Anyways.
What's the chicken doing? Defending his country.
Chicken attack.
Playing with his cock.
I guess chickens do attack. Damn. There's some truth to that. But no, like, I'm just saying, like, Russia's in a really bad place. I mean, how that military parade reminded, when I first saw it, it didn't say Russia on it. I was at work on break and I saw the Russian military parade, and I literally, for a brief second, thought it was a North Korean military parade.
You know what would be funny? They probably fucking fly biplanes, not jets over, because of how primitive the technology is.
Like, that's the kind of shit North Korea would do. No, I'm not even like saying that to like make fun of them. I legitimately for a second and didn't say what country it was. I thought it was the Ukrainian military parade, and I was about to just, and I was about to be like, why are we covering this?
I'm coming! I must be quick. I cannot afford to lose crew member.
Uh-oh. No, don't die, don't die.
Man, that chicken did a number on you.
Yeah, that chicken did it.
That cock did a number on you.
There you go, die. But no, it's just like, it's like, I was like, wait a minute, Russia, this is what, I thought Russia was like using its light forces on Ukraine. I was under the belief that Russia was like using its light forces on Ukraine. But then, after that, I realized, and then reports came out, no,
you haven't been keeping track up with Ukraine?
Not since the beginning, no, I kind of lost track. Because it just never ends. But like, I realize now that Russia is using all they got on Ukraine.
Yeah, dude. It's just fucking crazy.
And there's nobody to blame but themselves on this. Now, I'm not saying... Now, yes, I do understand that there was a brief period now, from what I heard. I didn't follow it closely, so I could be completely talking out of my ass. But there was a period where apparently Russia wanted peace, but apparently the United States and other NATO allies refused it, and rather...
No, basically, yeah, I think that's what happened. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, basically, but there was also another time where Russia did want peace, but, Ukraine didn't take it because, well, they took all their land and we're not going to give it back.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I guess, if I was... But to be fair, though, I do understand the argument, like, okay, end the war, peace, you know. But at the same time, you started the war, now you want peace? No, that's not how it works. Now that you're losing, you want peace? I mean, but at the same time, though, it'll save many innocent civilian lives and, you know, the lives of soldiers. By the way, there shouldn't be civilians dying anyways. You know, we got the Geneva Convention and all that, but like, at the same time, it'll save lives, but at the same time, I can also understand the perspective that, now I don't know the whole story. I think if they did it for greedy purposes, because they're financially benefiting off of this or something, like, Ukraine could be benefiting off of this war. They could be. But, like...
No, they're not benefiting at all.
I don't know. I don't know. That's the thing. I'm saying there maybe I heard that from some people that there was ulterior motives to not accepting peace. But my argument is that, well, why would you accept peace? The only peace I would accept is give all our land back, let us join NATO, and which that's a guarantee at this point. If Ukraine doesn't join NATO after all this, but if Ukraine wins and Russia stops, then Ukraine will become part of NATO, and that should be one of their conditions. Also, if I was feeling a little greedy, I would also take some of Russia, but you know, I don't.
And I think the U.S. should.
Well, no, not the
and
U.S.
China too.
What? Okay, we don't need to embolden them any more than they already are.
That's only fair.
Because also, you think this is it? No. Russia invading Ukraine is nothing compared to what will happen when China invades Taiwan. That's even worse. That'll be even scarier. Because unlike Russia, I think China has a fucking military force that we cannot fuck with. Okay. China doesn't need to fake its military to make it look good. Like, that's the thing. I think they did.
They could just say one word or one sentence and fuck with everyone.
Yeah.
Stop all trade.
Exactly. It's not good. But I think that if China invades Taiwan, that's a bigger deal than this. I'm not saying this isn't a big deal. I'm just saying because we rely on Taiwan for some things, don't we? You said something about like a chips or something, Jamie? Jamie?
I'm back. Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, of course, Caleb. Man, you're really honest. No, Caleb. No, it's hugely important. They control most of the world's chips.
I know. I'm not asking that. I'm asking it in a rhetorical way, so I don't.
Okay.
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I'm asking in most of these things. I'm not this stupid. I'm asking things in a rhetorical sense, so that I don't say something that
God,
is inherently wrong confidently.
No, I understand. Yeah, no, the chips, yeah, super hugely important. That's the end of the world's economy. But dude, China, yeah, like, yeah, that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, let's return the book. But like that's yeah. Also, I think we've been I could be also wrong on this, but I'm just gonna say it anyways. We've been training Japanese people as well, I think. Because also I heard, now this is kind of like could be lunacy, but like China might want Japan too.
They do.
Because
they do. They
access.
kind of want to get revenge. Against Japan
revenge,
for...
yeah. Okay, but getting revenge on Japan now is like us wanting to get revenge on the British, or them wanting to.
I don't know. I'm down for taking Britain.
I said it the wrong way. That's like China wanting to take revenge on Japan for what they did over a century ago. Is like Britain wanting to get revenge on us now over the Revolutionary War.
I don't know. I'm down for conquering Britain.
No, we can't conquer Britain. I mean, we can. Okay, there's a difference between should we and could we. Yeah, obviously we could conquer Britain, obviously. But should we? No.
Nah, I don't know. Civilian lives are good enough for me.
There are allies.
I'm joking, not literally. Oh, Jesus.
I know.
Let's get a funny boner in here, huh?
No, I'm not making that joke. No. No, honestly, no, that'd be kind of fun, though. That'd be a fun hypothetical. Imagine if, like, we get some deranged president, and he just is, like, launches, like, the fucking military full force into London or something. And they have...
well, first of all, it wouldn't make no sense for me to conquer a part of North Korea and call it a state.
No, I don't want that. I want to end North Korea, but, like, I don't want that to become part of our problem. No.
But, like, we could have, like, a U.S. state.
No,
like,
North Korea will
New
never
North Korea.
New North Korea. No, I think if North Korea falls to the hands of, like, NATO or whatever, I think it should just be given to South Korea and just call it Korea.
Oh, no, I think so, too, but I think there should be, like, a little tiny part of it that's a state.
Oh, they're planning that?
Like...
Well... Yeah, that's the ultimate goal, is just to reunite Korea.
Reunite Korea under like South Korean democracy, not under North Korean authoritarianism.
Obviously.
Yeah. People forget they haven't been separated for that long. I mean, in the grand scheme, really. Like some of our, well, I don't know how old our grandparents are, but. Yeah, there could be in some of their lifetimes it happened.
I hope it happens in our lifetime.
Yeah, I hope so. Also, why don't we just invade North Korea? Because
they also have nuclear weapons.
Because of nukes.
Also, it's one of those where we figured out that if we do that, or it's one of those where it feels kind of like directly interfering once we... The short answer, because I can't think of it immediately, is it's complicated.
Well, you were in South Korea, so what was it like?
Well, like I said, they're kind of getting on, but going to the DMZ zone, they're hopeful that that we find a peaceful resolve so people can...
Yeah. We want to do it through peace, obviously, but I don't know if they will accept that.
Yeah, that's the issue, especially with the amount of propaganda they've been pumping.
Yeah, but like, people are starving over there.
Mm-hmm.
It's.
And they're still very much stubborn.
But that movie was good. The one with
review?
Kim Jong-un. Yeah, that was good.
I didn't get to see it.
You should watch it later. Is it? Sammy, did you see the interview? Nice conversation. Probably go in the bathroom. Okay, my phone probably charged. Oh, it's at 94. It's good.
invigorating. And as lucrative as I promised ya. Think we have got enough supplies here to put something together?
Something like what?
Place to stay where we can stretch out. Oh, wouldn't want to bother Adis and the rest.
You know Adis?
Who are you?
I know of Adis. Her reputation as a fighter and as a trainer precedes.
I was going pee.
I see.
I'm so sorry, Davey. I'm so sorry.
What interview?
I'm going to ignore that text. Wow, I can't believe I did that. Anyways, the interview, the one where they went to North Korea. I forgot who was in it. It's like it has Seth Rogen, and James Franco, where they go to North Korea and they like interview Kim Jong Un, but like the United States government gives them like ulterior motives to like take them down while they're there, and they catch on to it, and like they make Kim Jong Un seem like this really likable guy until the end. Kind of.
My favorite part is when that was released, people just started throwing copies of the interview over the border.
Oh my god, that's great. That's so good. I heard that he actually watched it too.
Did he? I doubt it.
I heard he did. Just because the people in North Korea, like, don't know what's going on in the outside world, I'm pretty sure the leadership probably does. To an extent, they have to. Which, by the way, to this day, conservatives are going to love me for what I'm about to say. To this day, I give Trump credit on one thing. Well, there's a couple things I'll give him credit on. But no, the one is prison reform, but not even really that. But that's not even really deserving of credit. The one thing I really give him credit for was meeting with Kim Jong Un. I'll give him that. That was.
Vice did it first.
What's that?
Vice did it first.
The Vice, like the company.
Yeah.
Okay, I love
So
Vice.
is
I
everything.
love Vice.
Look it up on HBO.
I love Vice. I might have seen it. I used to watch a lot of Vice, but no, I give him credit on that. I don't know why Obama couldn't steal that. I mean,
I love peeking tiny young men.
But I'm even more baffled as to why Biden can't. Like, what's stopping him from meeting with North Korea? I guess it doesn't really matter. To be fair, honestly, everyone's kind of been ignoring North Korea.
Yeah, kind of Russia's in the way.
Yeah, Russia kind of going on.
I would not be surprised if, like, once this is over, just Korea kind of is like, oh yeah, our leader is dead. We got a new leader already, but just don't worry about it.
Well, I remember back in 2020 for like a month or so, some people, it was speculated that Kim Jong-un died.
Such a great treasure, and yet no one...
Because he disappeared or whatever, and he was sick or something. And I was...
No, that was actually a test among his peers to see what they would have done in his death, his absence.
Well, the rest of the world kind of was like, I hope it's true.
No, some people were saying no because his sister would have taken up, and apparently she's more brutal.
His sister's worse?
Yeah, kind of like Crystal.
That was uncalled for.
Yes, it was.
Yeah,
everyone has to draw Splatoon in school from now on.
Yeah, Nikki's disrespectful. You should meet his sister.
Caleb, you're messed up in the head.
Oh, it's just an inside joke. We're all joking, Not that she will, not that she will ever, she will never, like, hear that, but... And by some God's miracle. I don't know a mission. Oh, I have a mission to do. Find the pieces of St. George's legendary armor in River Exe. X-A? X. But it's just EXE.
EXE?
That's it, yeah. EX.
Yeah, I'm taking a random guess.
I should
Okay, have you watched the Mario movie yet?
No.
Ah.
Stop it. Shh. Okay, let me just watch your review of it instead. There we go. Call it a day. You're on your YouTube channel.
No,
Hey,
you need to actually watch it. Unless you
wanna-
want me to tell you the plot.
No, do not. No.
Then watch it, Caleb.
Yeah, I will.
Dude, it's so good, especially on theaters, man. You're gonna
Oh, I
miss
bet.
it in the fucking... But dude, you have to do it in the theaters, man. That's the best time. It's like... doing it streamed is not the same thing.
Well, you
it's
know
more
what?
amazing in the theaters.
Well, you know what? Sometimes I just gotta bite the bullet.
Caleb, come on. Don't be lazy.
Speaking of, you should post more on your channel.
I think I shouldn't. I've been thinking about a few things to do. But it's not about me, this is about you. You watch the Mario movie.
You can literally make stuff on your PS5. You don't. It's simple.
Please, Caleb.
What's that?
Please watch the Mario movie.
Well, I will try. You act like I haven't been trying. I'm busy. Busy person. I don't even get to be on games much. Although Supremacy, I'm on Supremacy a lot, but I'm losing a lot of morale in that game because I don't mean like my people are losing morale. I mean I personally am, because the North Friends of the North Coalition are gonna wipe through Michigan and then wipe through us.
Caleb, this is why you have to send stronger troops.
We only just started. I don't know how the hell they have troops that strong already.
Well, Caleb, they're fine. You're making a big exaggeration.
Yeah, well, you're...
Unless you want to send all your troops, because if that means we're gonna die, then we have to get them back.
Yeah. You know what?
What, Caleb?
I'm gonna go to London in this game. I haven't been there yet. I'm gonna go to London and just explore London. Maybe raid some forts there and call it a day. Because I haven't playing this for too long. So I'm just gonna do that and be done. I like your music, Logan.
Oh, thank you. It's a group called Tokyo Active Needs. They do like jazz and like full orchestra renditions of video game music.
It's good background music.
Alright, this is from the Toho series.
Sounds like I'm listening to a DS.
Are bullet hells,
Kind of.
but have delightful music.
Mm-hmm.
With a heavy focus on time.
Jimmy, when's the last time you've played one of those?
4 years.
Think long. Damn, it's more recent for you then.
Well, we need to play some Mario Kart and record
No.
on our DS sometime.
That's not true. I forgot that back in 2021 I made a sporadic purchase and bought one and then played Mario Kart DS. I played the hell out
You
of Mario
should
Kart.
have gotten me that for my
'Cause
birthday, Caleb.
That's one of the Mario Kart games I never grew up on, but everyone praised it. It's a good game, but like, I think Mario Kart Wii is better.
Now,
Oh, I thought you grew up with
There
both.
was a time when there was literally Mario Kart DS and Mario Kart Wii. That is the golden age of the kart.
Yes. Well, no. I think the best in the series is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Touche, that's pretty good.
Only because
Mario Kart
like
Wii fucking sucks.
Mario Kart. No, it does not, Damien. Mario Kart Wii does not suck. Mario Kart Wii was great.
I'm always partial to
I mean, if I could read Braille, then maybe on the controller, if it said the game was great, I think so.
What is Okay, I love Double Dash was my first Mario Kart. I will always have a soft spot for Double Dash. But Wii was an upgrade. Minus the two people in a car. Minus that, it was an upgrade. Double the amount of tracks. Okay. Okay, my happy ass is not walking all the way there to London. That's ridiculous. Mario Kart Wii
Who
had the
thinks
best...
better in Mario Kart, me or Nikki?
You know, that's a test that will... I don't know. Because sometimes he does better, sometimes you do better. I think overall probably you. But but be humble because not by much. I think yeah, you are, but again, be humble. Mario Kart, what's it called? Mario Kart, we had the best soundtrack of any Mario Kart. Also, don't you, I know you like to shit on Mario Kart Wii, but don't you go saying Mario Kart 7 was better.
Mario Kart 7 sucked, especially since it was just on the DS.
3DS. Oh, but so was Mario Kart DS.
That was on the DS. Dude, the DS, I didn't even really play that game at all.
Mario Kart DS I played later on. Hi, Dick! SX. No,
I really wish I had a 3DS or 2DS again.
Well, then buy one.
I don't got the money yet.
Poor. I sold mine to that game store last year.
Why is that?
I don't know.
You're crazy, man. You're crazy.
I didn't even get. I think I got like 50 for it too.
Yeah, I would have loved that as a birthday gift.
Well, you know what? Nikki was pulling the turnaround on me, saying, "I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it, I'll buy it."
Yeah, and he wouldn't. I hate that when he does that.
He did that with the PS3 too.
Didn't he do it with something else as well?
Probably. If you're gonna buy it, buy it. Don't play this game with me, okay? There was other buyers available, and I'm holding off for you. Okay.
Like whom?
You're selling PS3?
Not anymore. I was last year. I sold my PS3. Yeah.
I'm keeping my PS3 that I just bought solely because it's got a really good retro set.
Yeah, I bought it mostly so I could play GTA 4, but the disc I got never worked.
Well, the taxi guy was harassing this girl.
What?
So I literally told him.
One second.
I need your eyes, my friend.
can hear you chewing, by the way.
Okay. My bad. Do you remember Beastie?
Yeah, he was hilarious.
For some reason, for 2 hours,
I love
all I
Beastie.
did was drive around Cargo.
Do you remember watching his 300,000, like this guy obsessed with eating only burgers for dinner every day?
Yeah, oh my god.
Made no sense because there was no movies up there. They're still in
I remember when,
they're still in
oh my god, remember Misha?
So it was
Miska?
like, okay. So we just drove around.
Who's
and
that?
every time I
The
saw
Pokemon
somebody,
Go
like,
kid. I
go
love
the wrong way, I chased them.
Pokemon Go every day. Yeah.
I was
Or,
basically like,
or the one where he's like,
when you go down the
fuck
wrong way
Hillary,
on road,
fuck Donald Trump, I am the best, vote for me.
Oh, I can hear it.
Yeah, I'm really doing that.
Isn't he like a
I'll
Russian?
I'll like this to every
I don't,
I'm like,
you know what, I think someone should do a follow-up to see where he is during the Ukrainian war.
oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he's fighting on the other side.
And the other one's just like, "We're the partners."
Fuck Ukraine, fuck Zelensky, I am the best.
Oh,
Vote
I
for
had
me.
this lady.
Dude,
So
have you
she's
kept
like-
up with what's his
she
name?
came by and she said, I want medical overflow.
What's his name? Daniel Larson.
Who is that?
I sent you a video of him. He's basically the newest Christian, except much worse.
All park
He's
themselves
disgusting.
into empty spots and back. They were not supposed to
Dude,
go
you
back
should
in.
you should watch those videos, man.
So he decided to drive towards me, make a right, where you can't make a right, and start going back on traffic. So I ran after him, and I usually don't run after people, but I just ran after him. I was like, you can't drive that way. He backs up, and it just leaves the park. I guess that made him unhappy that I told him no.
One negative experience
Those
can
guests
ruin
are
the day.
really petty. It's like, it's really weird because we're at a point.
Man, this doesn't look like the London I'm used to. This London looks small and run down. But no, about that guy you sent me, no. He's awful. I can't even stand him. He actually pisses me off.
Did you watch the entire thing?
Not the entire thing. I couldn't even make it to the entire thing. I don't like him.
Why? Just pissed you off that much? Dude,
Yeah.
I would. Dude, he's very interesting. I'd keep watching.
He's not though. At least Christian. There were times that Christian was humble. As bad as he was humble. There was moments when he was humble, very few. This guy is just seems
I mean,
like
yeah,
an
especially
entitled-
with his mom.
Well, you know, that's not. But like Christian knew his place. Like, okay, yes, he thought he was all big and bad, but at the same time, at the end of the day, he knew people didn't like him. But like, this guy, I swear, he thinks he's like actually the hot shit. Is rats?
I would keep watching, man. It's just so much interesting.
Yeah. Hey, anyways, I'm going to get off now.
You're gonna get off the game?
Yes. Well, yeah. I'm getting off now. Yeah.
Okay. Have a good one, Caleb. Love you.
Too. Bye bye.
Bye.
What does that even mean?